You're in limbo. You're in limbo.
Limbo, slow death, hot dreams, unmet. Trust our personal purpose deserves, so we walk around to regress. Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh yeah.
Don't
What's
fuck it
going
up.
on? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Fallon Bowman, for the vote of confidence. I'm leaving that in here. That's fine. No pressure. No, just kidding. Yeah, you know, it's Monday. Troy's back.
Oh, I'm on a holiday. I'm still on holidays, man.
That's right. We had a shitty week, but you know what? No, last week was shitty. This is the fucking be-all, end-all week. I have done the unthinkable, and on my quest to continually bring you assholes the best content, I went out and found Fallon Bowman. Remember Fallon Bowman?
No.
Yeah, you do. Go fuck yourselves. You remember Fallon Bowman. She's here tonight. We're going to shoot the shit. We're going to talk old days, new days, whatever we want. I don't know, maybe back problems since I'm 36 today. It hurts.
Exactly.
How's your back feeling, Fallon? Are you all right?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
So lately, I've been trying to train back. Okay, hold on. There are two parts to this story.
Perfect.
So number one, without gymnastics, Kittie would never have happened, right? We know that. That was how I met Mercedes.
That's right.
We're both gymnasts. So funnily enough, like we don't look like it, but I've been trying to get back into it and start training more to like get my flexibility back, right? Let me tell you, it's not easy. But I mean, it wasn't easy then, but I feel like I was a lot more elastic as a 13-year-old, 14-year-old than, you know, trying to do flips and things like it's like, you would think that I would have some muscle memory, but it's, so yeah, my back hurts right now.
Yeah, I love that term. I love that term, muscle memory. It's like, oh yeah, okay, right.
Yeah, my muscles don't remember how to do shit. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of driftwood. It's not. It's not elasticity at all. It's just snap and crackle. That's it.
It used to be so much easier.
But yeah, I mean, that's where we're at now. We're all getting older, but we've done some good things, I think, in the past, and we're headed to the future. You know, where should we start? I don't know where to start.
I don't even know where to begin. I have so many. I just have Fallon, questions.
Take the lead.
Where would you like to start, Fallon? This is. You are our guest. What is off limits? What is not off limits? That's what I need to know.
I'm a pretty open book, and you know, most of the nitty gritty, like why did you leave the band and whatever, is all in the documentary.
I watched that actually.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I've already talked about that in the documentary. Just watch the documentary; it's easier.
Yeah. I watched it on Tubi today.
And Prime Video if you people can't find it. Also, I found the Spit in Your Eye DVD is on YouTube, so there you go.
It is, and I did a reaction video to it recently.
See, I saw that you did that, but I did not watch it yet. I plan to watch it.
I hadn't watched it. That's not true. I actually watched it prior to the 2017 reunion concert that we did. I watched it then. Yeah. I don't know why, but that would have been the first time I had seen it in 17 years. Wow. So, yeah.
I gotta go watch that after. We'll post a link for that up here.
You should. It'll make you feel very old. You don't already?
You know,
just watch that.
Yeah, you know, we're talking about muscle memory and shit like that, and I was just looking at the old Wikipedia page. I was like, really? It was 2001, was it? That Fallon left Kittie. That's what Wikipedia said.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, so that was a long fucking time ago because it's already 2020. I was still in high school in 2001.
I should have been still in high school.
Well, you were out there, girl. You're out globe-trotting and just kicking ass and taking names.
I've always been a globe-trotter, though, I think. You know, I immigrated to this country when I was like 5. So I had my first plane ride when I was a baby, essentially. And then from then on, I've just like been a complete nomad. And I think I think it mostly ties in with the touring lifestyle. Mm-hmm. I still, in a lot of ways, live like I'm touring all the time. Like I live in boxes and like just always ready to go.
Just ready to go.
Yeah.
Wow, that's important, I think, especially in today's COVID climate, I'll call it. Mm-hmm. You're ready to just fucking go, man. Just go somewhere.
Just go somewhere, get away.
Anywhere's possible.
Anywhere would be good.
Yeah, I think that's quite the case. Like from a lot of people I talk to now, with all this that is happening, they're like, you know what? I don't want to be tied down as much. I know myself. God,
Totally.
I wish I could get out of a mortgage here and there and just go and do different things because, you know, it's been a weird few months. That's for damn sure.
It's been a weird 3 years. Yeah.
It's been a weird year. And I remember when we toured with Slipknot in 2000.
Oh, let's talk about that after. Go ahead.
We'll get to that. And the youngest person, one of the youngest people of that band at the time was Joey, and he had just turned 25. Mm-hmm. And he told me, like, I mean, I was 16 at the time, so he was an old man. I was like, oh my God, he's so old.
Gross, don't talk to me, senior. Yeah.
But he was like, oh yeah, no, I still live with my family because there's no point. I'm touring literally all the time, and I live out of suitcases, and that's my lifestyle. And I'm like, wow, really? You still live with your parents?
You loser. Who's in Slipknot? Yeah.
I know. It was so judgy. Like, oh my God, you still live with your parents? So
yeah, this music gig isn't so glamorous after all.
That's just
Meanwhile, I've lived with my parents multiple times in my 30s, even.
There
so,
you go.
Yeah, I can't really give Joey Jordison
too much shit.
Bottom of my keyboard is all wet still. Shit.
Oh God.
Yeah. We almost didn't get you here. It almost seemed like because you spilled water all over everything 5 minutes before showtime.
Literally the best luck ever. But you know what? It's 2020.
It's par for the course, I think.
I think it is.
And I should mention on this podcast, you're probably going to hear my dryer go off. My cats are going to kick my fucking door in to get their food. And
Fair.
I might lose internet connection. I don't know what's going to happen. My power might go out. I don't know.
That has happened to me before. Stream. Yeah, that was good.
That's lovely, isn't it?
I have my fan going. You probably still hear it. It's hot as fuck in here. I don't know why, but it is.
Yeah, well, are you still out in Ontario?
Yes, I'm in Toronto.
Okay, yeah, so like we're talking about weather before you came on because that's just what Canadians do. Yeah, man, it was 9 degrees here last night, and then it got up to 30 degrees today. Same shit tonight. It's gonna be 9 degrees and then 30 tomorrow. Ugh.
I would rather have that, honestly. I would have the door open so I could let the air circulate. I live in a very tiny apartment. Yeah. And this house is like more than 100 years old, so it holds the heat so well. It's crazy.
Insulation.
It just, I think it says 30. Yeah, it's 31 degrees in here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot as hell. I turned up the humidifier because that makes it even hotter. So.
Oh, that's like a sauna. That's disgusting.
I know. It's like Finland in here.
It's Finland in here.
It's a Finnish sauna in here.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Well, with all the stuff that you're doing, are you streaming quite a bit, going on Twitch, doing stuff now? Is that kind of a big part of your day-to-day life?
3 times a week, yeah. I started it last January, not knowing anything about streaming whatsoever. And I just kind of put the feelers out saying, hey, I'm going to be doing this. What was the first thing I played? I think it was Sims. My computer was from 2012. Mm-hmm. It could barely run calculator, let alone stream to the internet. It was thankfully the 4 people that were there were very patient, and they lovingly nicknamed it the lag layer because it was just like lag lag. They're like, man, it's like we're in like 96 right now with you. I'm like, oh Jesus. Okay. So yeah, I've been doing that consistently now for more than a year. Yeah, a year and a bit.
And how did that happen? Like, was that something you've always been into, just technology, gaming, meeting people? Like, how does someone get into that?
Funnily enough, I think it was introduced to Twitch and like live streaming gaming specifically through a YouTuber who I don't follow anymore, but he was the first one that was reviewing a lot of games and talking about new releases. And I've always been a gamer for as long as I can remember. I've always loved gaming.
Mhm.
So I kind of heard him talking about this platform, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to check it out. And so I watched some of his streams for a bit, and I'm like, oh, okay, seems like something I should look into, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm a yeller. I yell
Yeah.
a lot.
At video games? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Catch me on fucking Mario Kart 64. That's all.
You're yelling at Mario to do his shit. Like,
Yeah,
you better
all the time.
better move, bud.
You get blue shelled and that's it. I will fucking eat someone's face. That's it.
And then you say the weirdest shit that if
Oh, yeah.
anybody else were around, they'd be like, what is wrong with
This
you?
guy needs
You need help.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not make it into something entertaining for someone? And I don't get many people watching me. They're mostly Kittie fans or pre-Kittie fans, but they're every now and then I'll get somebody that is a fan of the game that I'm actually playing, and they'll, they like my commentary. They like how I'm insane when I yell at people, and there it is. So
I was curious because I've tried my hand at it just, a dozen times here and there. I got a Twitch channel, but I'm a creeper. I just watch. And that's the thing, when I was playing, I was always fascinated by like the one or two people that would always be in my room just watching and never ever answering my questions or chatting with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you doing? Why are you not watching? Hey guys, how's it going? No response. Nothing.
But you know what? I'm convinced that the people that are in, because sometimes it'll say I have 0 viewers, but then there'll be 4 people in the chat room. Then I keep refreshing. Nope, still 0 viewers. So then you click on that person, and I'm like, I don't think this is a person. I think it's a bot.
Yeah.
Or like I thought maybe that it was like a DMCA bot or something, so that it would log whenever you played uncopywritten music or something stupid like that.
Right.
Not stupid. We'll get to that. That's a whole thing. But I thought that was maybe like a monitor of some kind for inappropriate content or whatever. I thought that it was that's probably what it was, like a bot or something.
I think it's just creepy Daryl, and he likes the way I breathe. Just, hey Daryl.
The feet pics guy. Let me tell you, I've had one feet pics guy.
Oh.
So maybe the feet pics guy. He found
the
you.
Feet pics guy. There you
so
go.
like he sent you pics, or that's what he wanted?
That's what they exist. I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
Oh, they do. There's people that want to see your feet squashing grapes and stuff like that.
Totally.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah. And okay, so my mod caught it right away, and he goes, he private messages me. He's like, I think you should be careful of this dude. I'm like, why? And so then he told me, he's just like, I'm pretty sure that he's going to ask you something weird.
So you're like, oh, let's see how this goes. Yeah.
Of course I'm intrigued. I'm like, what's weird? Then he's like, what's your Instagram? So I gave it to him. And then he goes, okay, so here's the deal. I'm like, oh!
No, anything that starts off like that's not the best.
Christian Grey. What is this? Okay, here's the deal. The thing is that kind of content on Twitch is not, there are other platforms for those sorts of things, right? So, that kind of thing is against Twitch terms and service. Right. So there are ways to get around it. And so he was giving me a lowdown. He's like, 2,000 euros for this, 3,000 euros. So I was like,
Oh my God.
10,000 euros.
There you go. I will send you a picture of the tip of my baby toe for 10,000 euros. You wanker. Because that's what people who have euros are called, wankers.
And then it'll just be like a shriveled carrot or something.
That's right. Not even, just something that resembles a baby toe. Like, exactly like baby carrot.
I don't know.
After you get the money, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, why are the 10,000 bitcoins or whatever?
Yeah, the internet, it's a weird place. I love it. I love it and hate it all at the same time.
It's a scary place.
It can be.
True story.
But yeah, like what about the music that you were going to mention about, streaming and the copyrighted music? I'm very curious as to that.
Oh, it's a big thing because, okay, Twitch also kind of exists in a bit of a gray area in and of itself, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're, okay, but I've purchased the game with my money, and I'm streaming it to the internet to people that don't have it. So, I don't know what the legality is there.
Well,
But isn't it the same as someone, if I invite Troy and Joe over to my house and they're sitting and they're watching it with me?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But they kind of, yeah. But then they're also, I've gotten struck
Yeah.
because of copywritten music within the game.
Well, that's not your fault.
Exactly.
I never would have thought of that, actually. Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay, there were some times where I'd be like, God, I want to listen to Madonna right now. And then I'll play Madonna on my phone. I don't even play it through
Through your
my
stream or
computer.
anything. Yeah.
But then it will still mute the audio so you can't hear anything. It's so fucking stupid.
That's so fucking stupid.
But it's a whole thing. And there are quite a few Twitch streamers that are like, come on, like if I wouldn't have a problem at all if somebody like fucking, I don't know who's a big streamer now because all of them have left the platform. Fucking, I don't know.
Ninja's back on Twitch.
Oh, is he? Okay,
I heard that. I did hear that.
If Ninja wants to play my music on there, go fucking right
there you
ahead.
go. There's the permission, Ninja.
And we've had a couple people like just that we follow that I know like have told people, hey, if you want to use my music, go for it. I'm not gonna strike you down. I'm like, that's cool. That's awesome. And I feel like it's great exposure for a lot of people.
Well, that's just it.
100%.
I think in this day and age, that's like the best free promotion you can get, especially if it's something like if it's something you've bought on your, I don't know, like iTunes and shit or whatever, and you're playing it that way, or even a fucking CD you bought. Like, what's the problem?
Exactly.
It's not like you went on Kazaa. You went on Kazaa and fucking stole it, or LimeWire or BearShare or whatever the cool kids use. 2001. You're welcome. We're going back all the way old school. Napster was a thing on a 56K modem. Damn it. That took a long time to download Tupac, Baby Don't Cry. Trust me.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't even remember what my first one was.
That was my first song.
When, Kazaa became a thing, it was all like industrial records for me.
Yeah.
Like, everything that I could possibly get my hands on. Then I realized, like, I'm a musician. What the fuck am I doing? So I've never downloaded ever again after that. It's been a long time. I usually use... but streaming services is a whole thing too.
Yeah.
I personally don't use Spotify, but I'll use like YouTube or Bandcamp or something where I know that the space between the money that I'm paying and the artist is the space is small. It goes directly to them, or the sort of middlemen are very minimal.
Yeah, that must be so weird to think about. From the time you started out and you were in Kittie selling albums sold like crazy, and now it's all about streaming. Like, yeah, some people say, yeah, people do sell albums, but the majority of stuff that people are listening to, I feel like, is going to be on your Spotify, your Google Play, like iTunes, whatever. Did you guys see the
Spotify asshole said?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
Basically, yeah. He's like, it's a product. You better get that product out fast and heavy and make me some money.
And that's his fault that he was part of the problem creating that whole fucking culture, because nobody has the goddamn attention span anymore to fucking sit down and listen to an album.
To an album. Thank you.
I used to, and I'm not saying I'm any better now. Like, I personally use Google Play, but before that, I bought so many CDs. Yeah. Like thousands and thousands. Fucking CDs.
A lot of money on CDs.
I would sit down and I would start them and I would play them all the way through, But now that you have this whole such an easily accessible plot, yeah, exactly. It's like, I like this song, but I'm going over here and I got my playlist and I got it on shuffle and I'm going this way, and it's just consume as fast as you fucking can. Yeah. And it's completely destroyed the music industry.
Yeah.
Like, if you're 0.00094 of a cent per stream, like, go fuck yourself. I saw some petition going around saying, let's get that to 1 cent per stream. It's like, man, you have to fight for a fucking penny a click.
Like, really?
Like, seriously? Fuck. What is happening? They have to I don't know, they got to redo some shit, but that asshole who's never picked up a fucking instrument in his life has no right to sit there and say, if you're not getting something out every 3 months, fuck you, basically. Yeah. What is saying?
Well said, my friend. Well said.
There you go. And I'll go right to the top with this Spotify. You can suck my fucking ass. I don't know shit. I prefer Google Play. Thank you. Or now
Yeah,
YouTube.
well
I
now
don't know
they're,
what their
they're
algorithm
changing
is.
to YouTube Music.
See,
That's exactly right.
I used that anyways because my Google Play
Oh.
app on my phone was a piece of shit. So
Oh.
before they switched over, it was all connected somehow anyways. So I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, fine,
Oh.
transfer it.
Yeah, I'm making the shift. I'm on Joey's family plan. So,
That's right. Troy's on my
Yeah,
goddamn family
exactly.
plan. He's
that's the
coming.
way to go. I'm on my brother-in-law's, and he's just like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, like there are like 8 of us on it or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. I love that. I love
Yeah.
getting logins for things and just sharing.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's got the
I have-
Netflix and Disney Plus. I have a guy I never even met. He's just a dude on Twitter
got
who
a
called me
guy.
up. Oh, yeah. You know, we just were buddies on Twitter, and he just drunk called me the one night because we chat about hockey. And he's like, yo, man, you need Netflix? I got that password, bro. I was like, I have Netflix. And he's like, well, what about Disney Plus? I was like, well, I'll
You
take
want
that.
that Disney Plus,
Friends.
motherfucker? I got you, dude.
Exactly.
I
It's,
got you, bud. I
it's the
got you.
hookups, connections, Twitter. I mean, that's what, you know, Corona is all about. We've connected with so many amazing peoples with all
So
this
many
crazy
people.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's the only way, because really you can't, you know, I'm a hardcore introvert, but
Yeah.
I still like to interact with people. I
So,
mean,
not necessarily in person.
exactly. There's
Like,
the
I don't want
caveat,
to,
yeah.
I don't want to like actually have to put much more effort than what I'm doing right now by slumping into my computer chair and just pressing record or whatever. I'm not driving across town or taking a cab. I'm not going to do that.
Not gonna
It's
do
a
that.
lot of work. I just did that for the past
Yeah, I
3
was gonna say,
days,
you've got to
hanging
be
with people.
exhausted as an introvert, Troy. You got to be
I
tired.
I
You
am
need to have that
trying.
recovery period, Troy. Very important.
Definitely, definitely. I feel like today was pretty good with that. Now I'm getting back in the zone, shaking off some of that rust that I have from just being around people. Like that's
Humanity,
exhausting.
as it were.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta get the delouse. It's very important.
Especially there was
Get the fucking brush out.
there was kids around too, and that's definitely delouse from those.
Ooh,
little
yeah,
bastards.
yeah.
I hear you.
I read that the primary transmission is now moved to kids.
There you
So-
go.
Oh, you know, you just have to be like, listen, kid,
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
keep your Rona away from me, please.
That's right. Yeah.
Exactly. This old man can get affected by it. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You gotta be careful.
What were we talking about?
It
couldn't
was
remember now.
It doesn't
music,
matter.
kind of
It
Spotify,
kinda
you know.
goes wherever. If this is what I said, we just shoot the shit and see
We
what
just shoot the
happens.
shit.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
I prefer this format where it's just, you know, whatever
And a lot
comes
of
up,
people
comes
do.
up. Yeah.
Right, we could ask everybody's like, okay, so when you first joined Kittie and you met Mercedes and Morgan,
how do you
whatever.
actually spell Kittie, if you could tell me that? that would be
K-F-U-C-K.
good.
Wow,
Is
you.
that in Greek? I believe it.
I guess well, we could talk about, Amphibious Assault. You know, what's
Yeah.
going on there?
Oh, let's talk about
So the hit short, or I guess short and sweet version, I started that project in 2001.
that. Mhm.
And I can tell you the exact date actually, because it's a very interesting date, around August 31st or September 1st of 2001.
Mhm.
And, you know, of course it was such a great time to start a politically motivated, at the time anyways, industrial band, because I'm like, I'm going to write all these like kind of cool KMFDM style songs, and then September 11th happens, and it's just like, holy shit, now the world just descends into chaos. It's like it's not perfect, but it's serendipitous perhaps in some weird fucked up way. So I came out with a record called District 6 that came out in 2000. Oh my God, in 2002, late 2002. And then I was in university, so I was busy kind of going to school as well as writing the second record, which is called On Better Days and Sin Eating, which came out in 2006. And after it came out, I moved to Europe and didn't tour, didn't do anything for it because it just wasn't in the cards for me. Please don't shoot me, Martin Atkins, for being like, oh, I didn't have any money, so I'm not going to go touring. He would be like,
Martin Martin Atkins.
Yes, what a man.
Martin Atkins. Now, I think I know people who know Martin from some circles on Twitter, and
Sure you
I
do.
might be a huge asshole if I'm wrong, but is he in Dog Tablet? Is that the Martin Atkins?
I don't know. He's in a lot of bands. He's
I
in
gotta fucking...
primarily this one.
There you go, Pigface. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I've heard that name thrown around, so let me just...
That's his band.
That's his band, but
I
you...
play or I sing in.
Yes. Okay.
And he used to be in PIL.
Mm-hmm.
I think in Revolting Cocks for a little bit.
That's a funny name.
Yeah, it's really good. Ministry. He also did some drums, I think, for Nine Inch Nails for a bit too. So he's like a prolific musician in Chicago industrial scene specifically. But at any rate, after that record came out, I actually worked on Pigface's record in 2000, more or less around the same time. I was on Easy Listening, which I think came out in 2004, I believe. Mm-hmm. So before On Better Days. And I haven't put out a record for that project since 2006. And I am working on a new record this year. Actually, I was supposed to finish it last year. But things being as they are, it's just 2019 was just a garbage fucking dumpster fire in terms of
it didn't really. 2019 really sucked too.
Yeah.
And then you just fucking top it with this shit.
The little hat on top, 2020.
There
Hopefully
you go.
There's not anything more that you can pile on top of that, but
Please God, no more.
Yeah, it's just brutal. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on that this year, and it is entitled Simulacruma.
So, and now what does that mean?
It is a portmanteau, I believe is the proper word, of the word simulacra and lacrima, which means tears in Latin. Mm-hmm. And simulacra is just like is the plural version of simulacrum, which means kind of like a bad imitation of something.
Oh.
So, or not a bad, but like a incorrect imitation of something. Yeah, okay. Exactly. So,
I like that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Well, it sounds like you've been able to stay busy with different projects, and was that a big thing for you as you continue to do what you do? Is getting the opportunity to have creative outlets like that?
Oh yeah, it's like essential to. I'm sure you guys can relate. It's just essential to mental health and whatever. It's just being able to create something, finish something is very important to me with regards to being creative. So yeah. It's
right. And is that a big difference from now as opposed to being in a band when you were like growing up and just being kind of a cog in a wheel, so to speak?
In some ways, I do prefer being in a band with other people to feed off of. I've lamented many times about being a single person in a band is hard because you literally have to do everything. Mm-hmm. And if something doesn't take off, something doesn't work, something whatever, it's really all on you to make the decisions to change that for the better, or to, make better, make other decisions that can make it prosperous or profitable, or not even profitable, just like, help pay your fucking rent. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all on you. And I found that I still do find it a tremendous amount of responsibility and weight, but it is, it's different, but it's also good too, because the buck stops with you, right? If you don't like something, you're like, no, that's stupid. Whereas if you're in a band, you're kind of like, okay, well, Bob, I don't really like what you did here, and then there's like ego and feelings and emotions and I can't.
When you said that, you're a real asshole. My riff is sweet. Shut up. Yeah.
It won't sell, kid. It won't sell. God damn it.
I was really thinking about doing a concept. No, Bob.
No, Bob, there is no concept.
What's the new album gonna sound like musically wise? Like I always get a kick out of like just listening to like Amphibious Assault because it's not Kittie. It's not gonna sound like that. It's not
It's so
supposed
good
to.
though. Like I was blown away. I was like, how did I not know that this even fucking existed?
Thank you so much. That's
No,
awesome.
thank you. I was like, holy shit, good for you, man.
I got a lot of shit.
Not easy to do this shit by yourself, I can tell you.
Yeah, it's that means a lot because I did get a lot of shit from people.
Why? What'd they say? The same sort. It's not
Yeah.
Kittie. Is that what they said?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
You should say thank you.
I had also said maybe very saltily, which I still believe it, that there are a lot of metalheads that are very myopic and they won't listen to anything else. They feel like metal is the be all and end all of whatever. And they're wondering, and sometimes they're musicians themselves and they wonder why aren't my records selling? Why aren't people really liking my music? I'm like, because you only listen to one thing. That's all you listen to. Like it's so, it all sounds the same. Expand your fucking horizons, man.
Exactly.
There are so much great, amazing music that if you hear it, you will love it. Like I'm telling you.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, but it's so pop and fuck pop music.
Yeah, but is it good pop? Is it good
You know what?
pop?
Fuck off. Like I just don't have time.
There's bad metal. There's bad there's
There
bad
is
everything.
Definitely bad everything. But music is a common language.
Yep.
It's just there's something. There's something in a kernel in there of when it's good music, it'll resound. It'll resonate with you.
You talk about and we're talking, and this is just a little backtrack. You're talking about September 11th and how you're doing all that around then, and I was thinking about the CDs I bought on September 12th, 2001, because I remember driving to the city thinking, God, the world's a whole new place now. What the fuck am I going to do here? And I walked into the record store, A&B Sound, shout out, I love you, rest in peace forever. You were the greatest place ever. You were all we needed. We didn't deserve.
It stomped HMV's ass.
Oh, big time. Fuck HMV and fuck Sunrise Records and all you fucking dickheads. A&B Sound had it. That was it. But I walked out of the music store. I had Biohazard and I can't remember the fucking name of the album. Fuck. Whatever. Biohazard record, POD Satellite, and Nickelback Silver Side Up.
Yeah, Nickelback, man.
I was like, and people shit on Nickelback, and that's fine. You can. But you can't shit on the money they make. They make all that
can
money.
I tell you, I've told this story many, many, many times.
Well, not to us, so go ahead.
But
not
to you guys, but let me tell you the story because it is fantastic.
Great.
So, Kittie and Kittie.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Kittie and I, but I was part of Kittie, so that doesn't make sense. Kittie, we were playing a radio show, which was like a big thing then, where a radio show would sponsor. I mean, they still do. Do they still do that? I don't even know,
honestly.
So they sponsored this show where they invite, kind of up and coming bands or kind of heat seeker bands to play for a day. There was literally nobody there. It was a very, very light crowd, but it was somewhere in the northeast. I don't know where. I can't remember exactly where this was. I have pictures from that day, but I don't remember where it is. And it doesn't matter. So I'll tell you the lineup. The lineup was a group called the Get Up Kids. You ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Get Up Kids. It was us. Even though I think Sunny Day Real Estate was there too, which I wouldn't consider them up and coming. But anyways, I mean, they've been around forever.
Yeah.
So it was some really weird kind of eclectic mix of people.
Yeah.
We're sitting in our dressing room. I think it was just me and Mercedes. I don't know what we're doing. We hit a knock at the door. Like, yeah, coming in. Guy peeks his head. He's like, hi. I'm like, hello. He's like, I just wanted to introduce myself. I heard you guys are Canadian. I'm like, yeah, we are. And they're like, where are you from? London. Oh, London, Ontario. Canadian talk.
Canadian, yeah.
Canadian talk. And he's like, yeah, we're from, our band's from Alberta. And I'm like, oh, very cool, right on. And chatting, super nice people, like just like nice, talking about guitars, they're like, fuck, we heard your sound check. You guys are fucking amazing. We're like, thank you.
Canadian, yeah.
I'm like, can I just like, what's your band's name? I've never heard of you guys. It's like, oh, we're called Nickelback.
Oh.
Oh, I've never heard of you guys, but that's super cool, man. I'll stick around for your set, which I didn't do.
Yeah.
But
These guys will never make it.
Yeah. What a shit.
fast forward, so it was weird because I think we played after them, which was bizarre because technically people are like, oh, they opened for you, and I'm like, not really. It was just the lineup, the way that it was set up.
Yeah.
Fast forward to later in that year when the Junos happened. We see each other there and we're like, hey, we were up for the same award for
Nice.
best new band or whatever. And they're like, good luck. And we're like, good luck. But then we had heard rumors that anybody that wins the best new band Juno, it's like the kiss of death, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, please, we don't want to win. We don't want to win. We didn't win. They won.
Yeah.
And then fucking Hero happened. So
There you go. Wow,
That's
there you
saying
go.
one way to reverse a curse, anyways.
right.
I guess. Damn it. Hero, that
Chad.
was with Josie from Saliva, is that right? Am I
Totally.
mistaken? Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Just
man.
have to remember myself. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, up close and personal with some
Chad
Canadian
Cooper.
legends. Yeah, they're releasing an album on what, the 24th of the month here?
I have no
shit.
idea.
Yeah, I think
We're
I've
going, eh?
I've seen a couple posts on
Still
Twitter.
Trucking him.
Still trucking.
I mean, yeah, what could another $10 million hurt, right?
Nothing.
Fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ. And we also played. We played with 3 fucking doors down.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, why? I don't know. But those guys are all metalheads, which I thought was so smart. I'm like,
Yeah.
good for you, man. You guys are making like,
So much money.
you wrote Superman. Like,
Yeah.
you will never have to work again.
It only takes one song, guys. And I talk about that with my musician friends. I'm like, you only need one. You
Just
need
one.
one good song. And you're set. Maybe 2 good songs.
Maybe
So
2.
for Nickelback,
Hey,
it
man.
was Leader of Men. And then the next one was How You Remind Me. Photograph just padded the bank account. But they had it after Leader of Men.
And now they're a meme.
And now they're a meme. And you know what? I'd cry myself to sleep on bags of money too. It's fine.
So there you go. I mean,
There you go.
yeah, and I felt that I was surprised at the time, but the guitar player, he's just like, I'm a huge metalhead. Huge metalhead.
It's like, you sell out. You fucking
but I'm like,
poser.
Good for him. Like, fuck, he's killing it. I mean, you're playing music
You're
that you don't
playing
necessarily like. But
Pop rock. You're doing it
Like
for the
pop
money and the
rock.
chicks. And it's
But-
working. Good for you.
yeah, fuck. I mean, jeez.
So yeah, like it sort of goes hand in hand with what you were talking about earlier, Fallon, how some of the metal scene will just stick with what they like and what they know. And then when it comes to other music, they don't expand their horizons. Whereas, you know what? A lot of people, like, hopefully, like as me and Joey have gotten older, we have listened to so much different music that it has been so beneficial just to, know it's out there and understand that, you know what, a lot of this music comes hand in hand. People get influences from elsewhere, and it just makes a lot better music because of it.
1000%. I've always been the type of person. I remember I also got shit for in a Guitar World article that we were interviewed for. I'd said one of the influential records for me was fucking Mariah Carey. I'm like, I love Mariah Carey. I don't give a shit what any of y'all think. I love
You
her.
can't. You're in Kittie.
And they're like, what? What? They're like, oh, we're really surprised that you think. I'm like, why? Why is that surprising? I mean, maybe it looks surprising
Yeah.
because of the band that I'm in, but I'm a singer first and foremost. I
Yeah.
love to sing, girl. I'll belt out a fucking R&B song better than any of y'all. Shut your mouths. But it was
You don't got soul, motherfucker.
you got soul. I've got soul. And that's why I've always been so in love with, metal bands that have either female or male singers who can scream or
But
they
also
can yell
sing.
or what, but they can sing, like LeJean Witherspoon, for example.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Holy
Thank
fuck,
you.
that man. Oh,
He's one of my favorite singers of all time. So
Oh,
there you go. If you have any LeJean stories, feel free to tell them now.
just we toured with them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we toured with them. It was our second
That's-
tour ever.
That's
was-
one of your first tours was Slipknot, and your second one was Seven Dust.
So,
No biggie.
yeah, no big deal.
No big deal. but like he was the type of person. I mean, it was their tour, right? So he was the type of person that would come over and like, you know, give you a hug, whatever. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Any problems? Just he gets shit done. He takes care of things. He takes care of the people around him. He is a positive. Their shows are positive. Everything about them was, and that's not to say that, you know, Slipknot was a negative, but there was a different energy there than there was at a Slipknot Seven Dust show.
I always picture Slipknot as kind of, well, I've seen Slipknot. I only saw them once. Me and Troy saw them once. I got really hammered and just tore shit up. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. That was a beauty.
I think a Slipknot is like a gigantic fucking bulldozer, and Seven Dust is like a controlled demolition.
Like a, I don't know, just drinking a smooth whiskey.
Yeah, like that's a nice whiskey, and Slipknot's doing keg stands and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Raging, you know?
Yeah.
Smashing baseball bats off of those kegs and everything.
Me and Troy each drank a 2-4 before we went to the Slipknot concert, and we made it.
Yeah.
Insane.
Oh, I got my pants almost ripped off at that goddamn show.
Yeah.
I was in the mosh pit, and then there was rips on the pants, and they kept ripping the whole way up the goddamn leg, and then my ass was hanging out. I just felt like a wrestler.
Didn't you have to like borrow one of the Metal Kids safety pins to put your shit back?
Yes, I did, and I lost my favorite toque that concert.
Your
in the
favorite
pit.
toque bun.
That's super Canadian.
Boy.
Hey, that's my toque, eh?
Oh fuck, fella! Did you find your toque? Yeah.
I never did, and I went after fucker. God damn it!
Find it.
Whatever, but Slipknot, that's what they do, man. They just rip your pants off and take your toques.
They bring it out. They bring it out here.
Energy, right? I mean, I found that it really depends on the band and the type of atmosphere that they want to cultivate.
So having those two extremes, would you find that like depending what tour package you're on, would that also like reflect your guys' energy when you're playing? Like if you're playing with Seven Dust where it's a more, you know, relaxing but like still like super positive and everything environment, would you still get out there and just do what the fuck Kittie did at the time? Or would you be like, now I'm playing with Slipknot, so we got to play harder, or you know what I mean?
No, I think it was
always 110% straightforward, yeah.
Throughout.
Okay.
And also just because on the Slipknot tour we had Wellhaven after us. Wellhaven is not a super aggressive band. They're kind of like shoegaze, you know, just straight up. They're amazing, first of all. But they came out of the Sacto, California group of Deftones, kind of what I call the Deftones incubator, just out of that area that has a specific type of sound. Very different from us and very different from Slipknot. So it had a different mix, and they are always just amazing. But no, I think it was more or less, you know, on all the time at the same level of intensity.
Didn't matter. There you go. Yeah. That's cool.
And Fallon, I'm curious just to ask about some of the bands that you have toured with, and now seeing them continue to still do and have that longevity of a career. Like they're just out doing their things that they do. Like what's it like seeing people still just kind of carrying on when you've, you know, made different changes in your life, and you know, even the girls, I guess, from Kittie, right after that 20-year reunion and everything like that, just seeing the difference that people have made, some going that, I guess, staying the same course and others going a different direction.
For sure. I mean, for a while, I, you know, almost broke up from music. After I left the band, I went through this period where I was very, had an aversion to playing guitar, anything. Like I just didn't want to have anything to do with it because it was such a traumatic experience for me. I'm like, okay, no, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I need time away. So I didn't think anything of it, that they were touring, that anybody else was touring. But then as I got older, and then, you know, I do miss touring. I do miss playing. And I did end up playing one show in the US for Amphibious Assault during after District 6 came out. We played for a grand total of 5 people.
Nice.
I was disappointed, but I was also chuffed to bits that 5 people actually paid to come see. Like that's kind of amazing. There was no promotion whatsoever, like besides me telling them, you know, you should come out, it'll be great. So I mean, yeah, I have played shows and I want to play shows, so it is difficult sometimes to see that, but at the same time I wouldn't trade that for the experiences that I had in lieu of that. If that makes sense.
Well,
Makes
it's,
total sense.
I really like the attitude you have about just the music in general and having that excitement that people came out to see you, whereas before, right, you're doing like shows to thousands of people before,
Yeah.
but that was then. This was
Yeah.
now, right? You
This
know,
is
things
now.
for sure. Things have changed and things are different. And
I think also too, it's maybe it's a slight bit of imposter syndrome, in that I feel like it means more if I do all the work for it and then I get 10 people out. Like I feel like I've
Right.
really won, whereas a group and a group of people with a record label behind them and all of this, I felt like I was less part of the process, if that makes sense.
It's more organic if you
Yeah, like I just felt like I was like, okay, I'm here. We wrote the songs together. We did all this, but I also don't feel like all of this was hard work that it has paid off. But I just didn't feel like it was enough. If that
Right.
it sort of
my
feels like
contribution
there's
wasn't
a lot
enough,
of
or-
satisfaction now. Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah. Like I was I feel much more satisfied if I sell out, a 50 capacity place, all on my own, and all of
Right.
my own promotion and all of my blood, sweat, and tears. Because I'm like, it's paid off.
Right, because then when as opposed to being on a major and they're doing all the work behind the scenes, and you don't, you know the process to
You
to
just show
get
up
people
and
there
play.
for you. Yeah, you show up and play, and then holy fuck, there's so many people and blah 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 blah. But at least when you're doing it yourself, it's like, hey, I know how many people are coming, so and they're
I know
all
how
here.
people are coming. I know who the promoter is.
Yeah.
I have to deal with this asshole promoter who may or
This
may
guy
not give us
sucks.
a router.
He better not fucking come.
Right.
Yeah.
A writer. We may have to sleep in the van. We may, you know what I mean? Like that was all like a thing that I had to deal with that.
Mhm.
That one show that we had to do was almost like doing an entire tour in one day or two days, because we had to make up this like, oh God, I'm going to be crucified for this. But I had to make up this elaborate story because we didn't have a visa to play, right? Any of us, none of us did.
Oh.
So I had a guy.
Good. You gotta have those guys.
You got a fake visa and a fake identity, and your name.
I had a guy,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah. So if immigration calls you, just be like, yeah, you're Bob Sacamano, and you own these blah 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 record studio in fucking Jersey City, Jersey. Can you say that? He's like, yeah, I'll do that.
Well, he sounds like the same type of guy who'd give you his Disney password.
Totally.
Sure.
Like, he's
Exactly.
just like, yeah, no problem. And then they're like, Fallon, you need to get in the front seat when we go over. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? No, I hate talking to the American guys. They're mean.
The Canadian ones are way more friendly. Yeah.
But it's not true. I found that the reverse, they were worse.
Why do you think that? Because Canada has something to prove, right?
Yeah. The Americans like, yeah, no problem. Good luck with your recording. And we're like, okay.
Thank you, Kat. Now, why the hell are you going over there, huh? Yeah. What are you trying
I'm
to
like,
pull?
well, it's cheaper and they're better. I don't know.
Have you met my friend Bob Sacamo?
Bob Sacamano. Oh man, fuck. I mean, but you know what? I don't think I answered your question about Amphibious Assault and what the new record is going to sound like. It is. I should just say that it is much heavier actually than I anticipated. Okay. Sometimes the muses just do things and then it just happens. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's happening.
That's great.
So it's going to be heavier, but there are definitely going to be a lot of synthesizers, like always.
Right on.
Love it.
Well, and in the music time, like I'm just curious also, what's been like kind of the most difficult things that you've experienced as, the years have gone on? Kittie started out, but now, Spotify streaming, things have like, developed over time. What's been the most difficult to sort of wrap your head around and just kind of get used to?
I mean, I've never made money off of music ever. Post Kittie, of course. Like it's never been something I could make a living off of.
Yeah.
So I've never actually seen it as a source of income at all, ever. Right. So even when streaming became a big thing, and I released a record under my own name, Fallon Bowman. Mm-hmm. That's my name. And released it in 2011. And I was like, why isn't anybody buying it? Like I had everybody pre-order it and whatever. And I had, 40 something people that bought the record. But then I realized that somebody had posted the entire thing on some website and I don't even know where. So people were just downloading it. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. You know what? If people have it. And it was all people from places that I had never been, like in the Middle East, for example. A lot of people were downloading in the Middle East. Russia, I've never even been there. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to hear my music, please listen to it. I want you to. So I kind of tried to look at it from a positive spin because I'm like, otherwise they would never have known that my music existed.
Right.
So
there's that. But it's also nice to have something in the old tip jar,
the old
right?
coffers.
The old coffers.
It's hard. It's hard. I don't see music as a viable way to. I don't know if that's controversial to say, but I don't
think so. I think, and that's for me too. Like I'm an amateur musician. I've never had success. I never will. I don't care. My claim to fame is I once sold 50 CDs in one night.
Hey, okay, that's more than me.
That was it.
That's more than me, bud. You're doing
nothing
well.
After that. Yeah, that was years and years ago.
It's funny that like you say that and to understand how music has progressed and changed for you, because if I were my 20-year-old self listening to these music like CDs again, I saw every person in a band like Kittie or El Nino or
just
Flaw, they're rich, they're loaded, they're gonna be set for life. and now it's like you get the opportunity to see no, that's not the case. And we've heard many of artists tell us that record labels aren't the be-all, end-all. They never were. It was nice at times. Yeah, it's been music's... I don't envy a lot of people in the music industry. I love what they do, but it's a lot of hard work and a lot of grit and grind. And, you got to earn your stripes.
You get creative and kind of expand your horizons and not throw all of your attention and energy into just one avenue. I literally do 1,000 different jobs. I got laid off from a pretty nice and comfortable government job working for the Ontario government. And then I was like, okay, well, this is the opportunity. If I have to be a gig worker to feel more fulfilled and happy at the end of the day, I'm going to do it. And I literally do everything. Like I'm going to start up maybe doing like Uber or something, not driving, but what are they called? Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, yeah.
Just like delivering food, whatever I need to do
to
to feed this asshole cat that's beside me. You're not an asshole, but you're kind of an asshole.
I have 2 asshole cats. So
yeah.
I got one.
How old are yours?
Mine, one of mine is, she's got to be pushing 20. She's 18.
Oh.
She's an old girl. I got her from the pound a few years ago. Oh, there you go. I lost my oldest boy last year, 2 years ago. I had to put him down. It was very sad times. I got him when he was 10 from a friend because they had like, I don't know, fucking 5 cats or something, and they were having a baby. Like, I gotta get rid of one. I was like, well, is it Chachi you're getting rid of? He's like, yeah, it's Chachi. Now, this cat was a 30-pound cat. He was more of a pit bull than cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this guy, he'd like stare down dogs and shit. It was fucking hilarious.
I love cats like that.
Big black cat, right? Just Black Death, I called him. But yeah. So then I got another one. Well, another one wandered into my wife and my yard in the city a few years back, and we tried to find her owners, and we never could. So she's probably like 2 or 3 or something like that. So.
Aww. Yeah. And what about you, Troy?
Cat life. I just have one. We had 2, unfortunately, last year. It ran out of its 9 lives and a car took it. But, that cat should have been dead ages ago. He was such an asshole. Like, literally, it would sit in the middle of the street, and I did see
wait for it.
A semi-truck stopped, honked its horn, rolled down his window, and he said, "Move, fuck." I was like, oh, stupid cat. But I love him. Rest in peace, Charlie. But we got one. He's about 14 or 15 years old, and it's still like a goddamn kitten. I love those dumb things. Cats are just so easy to manage, right? They just do their thing. They got attitudes. Well,
they do have attitudes.
my basement regularly, I'm cleaning up fucking vomit spots down
Oh,
there
yeah.
and stuff like that. You know,
So
it's just
do you do
like-
the sweep in the morning? The sweep?
Oh,
You have to
usually
be
we
like-
have like
have to.
Gotta
there's
do
no
the sweep.
there's no sweep. There's like a goddamn foot in the vomit every goddamn day.
Or you could just like, you just hear it. You hear them starting up. It's like, you
And you're like,
motherfucker.
no!
I'm either going to get this right now or I'm just going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Hit
Figure
the
out
concrete. Hit the concrete, not the
Get down on the
carpet.
carpet.
Yeah. Oh, but they always go for the carpet. That's why
Always
I
aim
don't
for
have
the-
any carpet in this place. And he
Oh,
find the one.
One spot.
I've removed it all.
Yeah.
All of it. Just
It's all
because
gone.
he'll find it.
Shit.
He'll find it.
Shit.
But just being 19 and being a crotchety,
Yeah.
he's gonna be 20 in December.
awesome.
Nice.
So
You kind of give them a pass when they're that old, I find. Like,
yeah,
I
you
don't
know, a lot of the time I yell at him, and then
Yeah.
he yells back, and it's like
Mhm.
he's like my child. That is,
Yeah.
you know, a teenager. I mean, in my eyes, but
I have 2 human children as well. And
oh, you have
one is-
humans.
I have little humans. One is 4 and one is 2. The 4-year-old is like a 20-year-old.
Oh,
with
is that
the
normal?
mouth.
I don't have
know.
kids.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Joey's went and ruined his life. That's what I always
No,
tell him.
they-
I always
they
say
didn't-
I'm a bus ticket away from freedom. I haven't done that mistake.
Yeah, there you go. Nah, my guys, they're good. See, here you go. Here's my cat now. Hi, Charlie. Hello.
Oh, I can hear him.
Here, hang on a sec. Come here. Come here, you worthless man.
Ow. That's a hearty meow.
Yeah, she's old. I'm gonna do something I never do.
This is super interesting, Joey. I'm curious.
I
What's
mean,
this?
it's appropriate.
Let's see if we can see.
Oh yeah.
She has a brown eye and a green eye. You probably can't see it. but-
Oh hell yeah.
I'm gonna boop that snoot.
Boop, boop it. Hey, that's Fallon Bowman. There you go.
She's-
Yeah. Don't touch me.
Don't boop my snoot.
Don't boop my snoot. There you go. That was my cat.
Aww.
Now she's going to be yelling at me the rest of the interview. Perfect.
Whatever. You know, make her famous by it.
Your cat's cool though, Troy. He just chills on your shoulder and just fucks with you, but doesn't make any sounds.
Yeah, it's just I got a shoulder cat. Usually I just plop her on the couch beside me. Actually, right now she's just on the table right beside the computer. And yeah, you know, she's good. I dig her.
I love,
like-
yeah. I don't think I'll get another cat after him though. 20 years is
It's
a
a long
large
time.
amount of commitment, and I don't
Mhm.
think I want to do another 20 years, to be brutally honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
tough,
what I'm
right?
thinking.
It is tough. You know, thinking about that, it's like, oh man, that'll eventually happen.
I have mourned his death so many times.
So many times, yeah.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it, but at the same time I know it's coming. I just don't know when. I would like to know when it's going to happen, but you know, the vet's like, I don't get it. Like he's in such good shape. I'm
So
like,
healthy, yeah. It's
so
like, damn it.
healthy. I'm
When
like,
is
are you
it?
fucking kidding me? Like, I don't think I can have him
Nothing? Yeah.
until, you know, for another 10 years or whatever, because the oldest cat in the world is 32. So
Oh my God. I did not realize that. Shit, that's a long time. 32.
that's a long time. That's a long time of, you know, you're thinking, should I get another kitten? Ah, yeah,
No.
it'll only live like 10 years.
No, not 38 years.
No,
Jesus
Yeah.
like, you might as well have kids.
You have to leave the cat to someone. Yeah, exactly.
God
Like,
help
what if
ya.
I die? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen to my cat? Yeah.
I already have enough stupid like little step stools up to my windows and my beds just for the cat as it is. I don't need.
He has a little perch. It's actually, oh my God. I moved. Are you guys familiar where Hamilton, Ontario is?
Steel City. Steel
I
Town.
just
is that what it's
I
called?
know Ontario. I'm Saskatchewan. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Ontario, whatever. You're
Ontario.
billionaires out there, basically.
There you go.
Oh, definitely not in
Yeah,
Hamilton.
yeah. Oh, well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Wow. Okay. So, I will say that Hamilton as a city has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
To be like, you know, great for arts and things like that. Tons of space, lovely buildings, all this whatever. But I tell you, man, the people are very strange. In particular, I didn't know anybody else, but in particular, in the building that I was living in, the downstairs neighbor became kind of famous on my Twitch streams because he was a huge alcoholic, like huge. So he would like, yell and he would scream and throw things and whatever. He was, oh my God, he was mental. Not only that, but that building was like infested with everything that you could think of. It was infested with, and it looked beautiful on the outside, like gorgeous old place. The people in the building seemed really nice. Everything was really nice. And I mean, it was an old building, but I'm like, okay, you know, it's fine. I had to move out of my apartment in Toronto because they wanted $1,600 a month. I couldn't afford that. So I was like,
Jesus Christ.
Okay, no. And that was for a bachelor apartment, by the way, 500
God.
square feet. I was like, no, I'm sorry, I have to leave.
Yeah.
So I left the city, and then I go to this apartment, and then this fucking psychopath lives underneath me. He comes and knocks on my door all the time to tell me how to deal with the cockroaches. Listen, it's not appropriate. You keep coming to the door, and like, he would knock on the door and be like, I know you're in there. I heard you walking. I heard your cat walking. I'm like, oh.
Fuck.
So then I complained, and of course the building did fuck all. But anyway, that was Hamilton. Anyways, so I had to put everything in storage, and this is a sealed box that my cat is sitting on right now, and that box cannot be opened until I know that there are nothing can crawl out of it, because I swear to fucking God, like, that was an absolute nightmare. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I don't wish it on my worst nightmare.
I have a friend who manages many apartments in the lovely city of Regina, Saskatchewan.
Oh,
and
okay.
he regularly is dealing with bed bug infestations.
Yes.
And that is gnarly enough. I remember I was helping him the one day, and we moved out this fucking mattress out of the house.
No.
And I was like, dude, what the fuck? This looks like sesame seeds. He's like, no, those are just bed bugs. I was like, bleh.
Oh my God.
And like instantly just hands off, man.
Okay, guys, get this too. So I'm moving out of the place, and I had gotten this like kind of butcher block thing from IKEA for like $60 or whatever. Anyway, I was like, I ain't bringing anything to my new place. I'm just going to keep this, throw it out, and it's just going to sit. I wrote a note on it saying, this place is infested. You do not want this. Do not take it away. But I hadn't put it on it yet.
Oh, no.
I forgot the tape. So I went upstairs and grabbed the tape, came downstairs. This fucking guy is like hauling it away. I'm like, hey, whoa, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just going to take it upstairs. No, do not take it upstairs. Do not. Dude, this place is, he's like, oh, I know. I don't care. You are part of the fucking problem, dude. And I'm just like screaming at this man. He's like, it's okay. I'll just leave it.
I just want the butcher block.
Just leave it. It's fine. Oh, I was so mad. Oh, you can't. Like, other than that, I mean, I kind of loved Hamilton in a way, like just as the vibe. But it's just sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. They're like, oh, Toronto people. Yeah. What is that? What is that? I'm not even from Toronto. I'm from London, by the way.
London, by the way, yeah. I don't know. I think Toronto has a bubble around it, or so, at least that's the perception from some of the provinces of Canada, where it's like, oh, it's Toronto, the center of the world.
Yeah, you got the 501 or whatever. It's fancy.
Oh, la-ti-da, my fucking MTS center, whatever it is, and
fucking Rick Campanelli, much music, motherfuckers.
Yeah. All those rich exports.
I also, when I was living in Europe too, when I was going to school there.
Whereabouts in Europe?
In Denmark.
Beautiful.
I love
I've never been, but I've heard good things.
Oh my God. Do yourself a favor. It's amazing.
Okay.
So one of the kid that was also on a guy, he wasn't a kid, he was my age, maybe a little bit younger, but the guy there from out west, and he goes, yeah, I go to Simon Fraser or something.
BC, Simon Fraser. Yeah.
He's like, where are you from? Oh, her and I are from Ontario. I was like, okay.
Bro, you're from BC. All you do is smoke pot and fucking surf. Right?
I was like, what kind of reaction was that? He's like, oh, we don't think much of people from Ontario.
Oh my God. What do people think of people from Saskatchewan?
Hey, like, I worked with a girl who was from Saskatchewan. She was amazing. She was the most, and actually we had a girl from Regina there.
I'm from Regina, salt of the earth.
Yeah, and she was amazing. I love that girl. This girl could drink like a fish. She was amazing.
Oh,
that's Saskatchewan.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And if you're drinking with a bunch of Vikings, that helps. Like,
yeah.
She'll drink the rest of mine. I'm done.
There you go.
Oh, so
Saskatchewan.
Oh, Ontario.
Ontario, honky tonk, yeah.
Yeah, we always talk shit just because that's what we're supposed to do. I honestly don't know too many bad people from Ontario. I've met great people from there, but I
I've
still
only had positive
yeah.
experiences. Yeah.
But it's just par for the course. We gotta say, you know what? Fuck you guys.
What about Albertans?
Alberta, they're all
No.
hillbilly rednecks. Fuck those guys too.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's from Alberta, but she's born and raised in Saskatchewan. So it's one of those. She did the Saskatchewan thing.
So
and
she's a
moved to
beautiful
Alberta.
lady.
She's wonderful. Yeah, great person.
Exactly.
She is.
My sister lives in Alberta, and we always give her shit that she's an expat.
Yeah, expat.
You're an
There
expat.
you go. You're an expat. You moved to. We're in Calgary. Or like the bigger places, Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yeah, Edmonton. I love Edmonton. So good.
Okay,
You know
well,
what?
good. Not like.
Never been.
Oh, really?
No, that's true. I have been, but for a show, and I don't remember it.
There you go.
Was that because it was so quick, or you were just a child and blackout drunk?
And that's, I think, is no. I think that was pretty par for the course with just touring in general. That the way that they route the tour is just like you're here this day, this day, this day, this day. You're playing a show in a new place every single day. You don't get an opportunity to see. So when people say, "Oh, have you been to Germany?" I'm like, sort of.
I've been near Germany.
Yeah, I remember actually listening to interviews from like the guys from Slayer on some documentary. They're like, yeah, I've been to everywhere, well, every hotel, but I don't really know much about anywhere I've ever been.
Yeah, you don't get the opportunity to experience the city. And so that's why I took advantage of that. After I left the band, I took advantage of the time that I could go and experience, because I hated Europe when I went. Oh my God, I hated it so much.
Oh.
It was just terrible. Like, I mean, it was 16 years old. I didn't know anything about Europe. I was sick the entire time I was there. Like, it was just not a good scene. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back when I'm 22, 23. And then I just like fell in love. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is, yes, I love this.
Sorry, Europe. We got off on the wrong foot.
We got off on the wrong. I'm so sorry that I cursed you for the longest time, but
you're actually a really nice person, Europe.
Nice. You're cool. We can hang.
Hang. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's deadly. That's deadly.
Well, Fallon, what's the stuff you're primarily doing now? We were talking about how, like, you had that government job. How long ago was that you were doing that? And also, like, is it the streaming? Is it Twitch? Is it Uber Eats? What the hell are you going to stay busy with?
There's quite a bit, actually. Primarily last year, what I was doing was acting, actually. So I was doing quite a few commercials. So for various brands. And I was going to be on a television show that I was booked in March of this year.
Of course, fucking
and
COVID
then,
things.
Yeah, COVID canceled the rest of the season, so I wasn't able to be on it, which would have been my entrance into the union. It was the most perfect timing, and then COVID fucked it all. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe trying to be positive, trying to put a positive spin on it, maybe it just wasn't my time. Other things are in store and that I, can do. But fuck, I was very disappointed when that happened. I'm like, I knew it. I just knew that this was gonna get fucked up somehow. But
too good to be true. And once again, I was right. Fuck. Yeah. My inner voice said.
Your inner voice is like, you're a failure.
You're never going to fucking do anything. Watch this. A pandemic's going to come. You'll see, you fucking piece of shit. Don't even bother.
You're not right. You're not right. I mean,
Limbo Cast, the most motivational, healthy podcast out there. You're failures.
You're a failure.
That inner voice is a motherfucker sometimes.
It really is. Just got to learn how to, reason with it or tell it to shut the fuck up.
Please don't say that. I'm a good person.
I'm a good person. But yeah, that is, not right now because the industry is slowly opening up. But it's the primary breadwinner in my life.
Cool.
We're good. That's cool, man.
Hell yeah. But
we're not going to be like that this year, but
whatever. You'll find stuff, man. And it sounds like you got music, you got acting, you got streaming.
Us in your corner. Nothing's impossible with the Limbo Cast on your side.
Nothing.
That's right. Because I heard Joey, is it true? Do we have Fallon for a replacement for a little bit here, taking over from Richie?
Only when she wants to. Yeah,
that's
if
right.
she wants to.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it because when I emailed when we were just chatting about this previously, I mean there's a lot that goes into thinking what makes a record great and I'm like, are we judging it from start to finish as you sit down, you listen to the entire thing? Because I think that presents us an experience in itself, as opposed to what we were saying earlier about listening to a CD piecemeal, like,
Right.
These are standout songs on it and all the other stuff is kind of filler. But if you're listening to it for the entire kind of oral experience, it's like, that's one thing.
That's a different thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I did that with the Deftones discography, that's how we went at it. Was like this
From start to finish, listenability.
How do we feel when we listen to it? How do we, what does it do to us?
Well, I think it's going to be so different because your vibe is going to be way different than Richie's, who I love you to death, Richie, man. You are the best. But usually it's, pretty stonerish, right? Be like, yeah, man, it's fucking cool, bro. And I'll be like, well, okay, let's go a little bit more in depth. I'm cool with that.
Let's do it.
For sure. I mean, that's really also I don't usually tackle things like production and whatnot, because I think that's for people that do engineering and mastering and all that shit. That's their thing. But I'm just listening to it from or speaking from a purely emotional
totally
point of view.
I like that because again, like Richie would say, like a lot of the people he would recommend were bands that he toured with, or else like was planning on touring with them, and they did release an album. So it's a good way to plug bands that he was like, hey, you should check this out. Like, why not?
Interesting. I didn't even think of doing something like that too.
But I think what I would like is just, honest to God, anything that you're really digging, just let me and Troy know what it is. We'll listen to it. We'll talk about it, and you can talk about it from start to finish.
Okay.
You could come at it whatever way you want to. Like,
okay.
It's your segment. You do what you want to do.
I'm just happy
to talk to you. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want to say, man.
You can do whatever you want. I'm like, we need to listen to this
No,
Christian rock piece. It's
whatever you want. If you want
Jars of clay.
Jars of clay. Some 1,000-foot crutch and just get it on. You want some Pillar? Let's go, guys. Project 86 was a good band.
It's so funny. Somebody had asked me recently on Twitter, what are you listening to right now? And so
what are you listening to right now?
So I answered him very honestly, and I don't think he really liked the answer.
Was it Mariah Carey again?
No, I was saying that I'm really into like synthwave and vaporwave right now.
Girl, you got a friend in me.
So, but the thing is that I looked it up afterwards because I know one of the primary vaporwave bands that are group. It's not really a group. It's a guy. Musicians that I listen to is considered vaporwave. So I'm like, I don't actually know what that encompasses. Like, what does that mean exactly? Is it just a retrospective type of music? Is that what it evokes a sort of old nostalgia, a time past of some, like, what exactly does that mean? So I looked it up, and apparently it has been co-opted by the alt-right, which I didn't know. And I was like, what the fuck?
How could you do this to vaporwave?
Why would you, of all? And then their justification was because it was innocuous. The type of music is innocuous. Previously it would have been something like punk or metal or whatever, where the music is very aggressive, and it could easily be make their movement very insular. But if we co-opt something that is more accessible, then our message can spread essentially. I was like, what? Fuck these guys, man. No,
fuck vaporwave then. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't have it. Yeah.
Go back to your fucking caves.
That's right. We won't let you. Put your boots down, asshole.
Put your jack boots back in the closet, bud.
Fucking rubber stompers. That's not cool.
And your Hawaiian shirts.
Your jack boots and Hawaiian shirts. The alt-right tuxedo, we'll call it from now on.
Right on. I like that. That's a good look. It's a good. I mean, I don't want to knock it, but I'd wear it. I think I can pull it off.
Pull it off. Yeah.
While I listen to my Wolf Club and the Midnight Jesse Fries.
The Midnight. So
exactly,
good.
right? Get my new wave going.
Shout out
Hell
Void
yeah.
Stare for my dark synthwave fix. Love you, buddy. You're the man. Thanks, Void.
Yeah, and anyway, so that's primarily what I'm listening to, but I also listen to a lot of house music, like a
Cool.
lot. And so a lot of people don't think that that's what I would listen to. They're like, "Oh, really?" Yeah.
Honest to God, it can be anything. I listen to anything too. I don't listen to much country at all, really, but I've listened to some in the past, and I would be fine with anything.
I mean, there's something to be said about pop country.
Yeah.
Joey.
Listen, because on the last record that I did in 2011, most of the guys that played on my record were
in
all
pop country bands.
All Nashville guys.
Yeah.
And they, first of all, when I was trying to teach one of the like rhythm guitar players to play with me on the song called Disappearance, it's in 6/4 time, and he had never ever
played 6/4.
He's like, "What? I'm sorry, I'm loving this right now. I never get to play music like this. This is amazing." So he was like just there with me. I'm like, "You're so cool, man." I'm like, "I hate your music, but I think you're cool.
You're a good person. Yeah.
You're a good person." I like, and it's musicians just respecting the hustle, I think. So,
which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, man. We just got, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Got some Florida Georgia line up in the house, Bitches love that stuff around here, man. If you need to find a woman, you just go to one of those concerts.
Florida Georgia line.
Right.
Georgia line.
I don't know, man. I'm old school. I listen to like Garth Brooks and that sort of country.
Oh, fuck, that's
Do you listen to
the
Darius
Highwaymen.
Rucker?
You know what?
Hootie!
You know what? I'll tell you one thing right now.
It's actually good.
What the fuck was their first album? Rearview? No.
Oh God. Okay. Now I'm sorry.
Come on, girl. What is it? Their electrifying first album that came out. I love that album. Thank you. There's like 7 singles on it. Let her cry. There you go.
Bow, 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 bow. wait.
Let her go. There you go.
Let her cry.
That's
If
good.
it eases other pain.
Oh my God! I just realized that you could replace Eddie Vedder as the singer of Hootie and the Blowfish easily.
Eddie Vedder.
Coochie Pop? Is that
No, that's not it.
That's not it. Okay. Coochie
Now you're
Pop,
just saying
I
random.
don't
Cracked
even know.
rear view.
That's it. Thank you. Cracked
That's
rear
it.
view, but
Not
rear
Cootie
view is
Pop.
not Cootie Pop. Oh my God. No. After Hootie, I didn't follow Darius in his country journey.
His country journey. Yeah. Yeah.
That wagon wheel song. Who was that? Bob Dylan that did that? Was that right?
No idea.
Bob Dylan originally sang that wagon wheel song, but there was a good version by a band called Old Crow Medicine Show, which is much better.
Oh, Old Crow. I like the sounds of that.
They are I'd call them very redneck, but
Okay.
like fiddles and shit.
Okay.
Like bluegrass, that's
Folk.
the term. Folky bluegrassy. But like the singer's voice is so good. I don't know. It's like and I love it. It works really good with the
music.
Yeah, it works good.
Yeah.
Better than Darius Rucker. Suck it, Hootie.
Suck it, Hootie.
And if you're listening to this, we'll talk to you anytime you want, sir. Thank you.
Would you
Exactly.
invite Darius onto this show and ask him about?
I would ask him I would like to have a complete retrospect onto the Cracked Rear View album.
You want to hear Cootie Pop?
Yeah,
I want to
talk
hear
about
Cootie Pop. I
Thank
need to know about Cootie Pop.
I need to know what that's about. Tell me. I've never.
Tell me about Cootie Pop.
Is that a thing? Is that on the internet? I'll try to find it.
Coochie Pop.
Coochie. Okay, well. I
Hey,
don't
it sold
know.
50K copies.
Really?
Coochie Pop. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
93.
Okay. In 93 at that. And so Cracked Rear View was 92.
90, no,
or
wait.
90.
Hold on. 94.
94.
The year after.
So see, Spotify, shit takes time.
Yeah, exactly.
You dick.
You dig.
You'd never get any Cracked Rear View from Hootie and the Blowfish in 4 months.
And you won't get Coochie Pop.
You'll never
That's
get
right.
Coochie Pop.
That sounds more like a rap album.
That's
Yeah,
right.
or
Thank
like
you. That's
something
the
that Cardi
next-
B would come up with.
Yeah, that's the
or-
next Flow Rida album.
Yeah.
Cardi
What
B.
was I gonna say?
Did you see that latest Cardi B video?
I haven't.
Oh
I
my
wanna
God.
see it.
I might
I
as
do.
well have just watched like straight up porn. It was beautiful. I mean,
No, a guy in my Discord was saying, well, I just had to take a shower after watching that. I'm like, oh, did you? like, really? It piqued my interest, but I haven't watched it yet. I mean, if it gets Republican senators all hot under the collar, then it's got to be good.
Everything like human rights gets Republican
I know.
senators hot under the collar.
Women, no.
Universal Medicare, what the fuck is that?
Ew.
Yuck.
Ew. Yeah, it's
free speech, gross.
it's just oh, that's what I wanted to say. We were not debating, but the people in my Discord are very, they like different kinds of music, but mostly metalheads. We were discussing the finer points of Avril Lavigne's first record. Hear me out.
I'm not going to argue with you. Go for it.
This is not going to be on my list next week, by the way.
Oh,
it's just,
shit. I
want
to dive into Skater Boy again and just really try this time. No.
Just listen to, if we would just play little snippets and be
complicated.
Like, he was a boy, I was a girl.
That's it.
Can you make it any more obvious?
Could you?
No, you can't. And he was a skater boy.
And he did ballet? Is that right? No, she did ballet.
He did ballet. Punk. Yeah, he was the punk.
What more can she say, really? I mean, that's it.
Fuck. I mean, really.
That's it.
What we were discussing specifically was "I'm With You." Remember that song? It was like
yes,
a ballad that she came out with.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking amazing. Actually.
Loved it. I did love that song.
Amazing and really the perfect pop song in terms of its structure, in terms of its there's a reason why she writes songs for people.
The arrangement. Yeah, she's a good songwriter.
She's a good songwriter. She wins awards for her songwriting. But we were just debating about, what makes it great. And I went to a songwriting workshop years ago in LA, and talking about those finer points of what makes a song great. And structure wise, when you put it up against a song like "Kiss by a Rose" by Seal, it's exactly the same. The same repetitiveness and something that gets in your head and anyway, there was some discontent. They're like, no, what makes it so great? I'm like, think about it, guys. Just think about it for a second. Do you know all the words to "I'm With You"? They're like, yes.
There you go.
You know the words.
You don't even have to like it. You know the goddamn song. Why am I singing at the top of my lungs in the shower crying right now?
You're driving.
Where did that come from? How hard to...
Well, that's like going back and talking about every goddamn Nickelback song, right? Yeah,
even
if you say you don't like them, it comes on the radio.
But you will sing "Leader of Men" and turn it up when it comes on the radio.
You know exactly.
If you get drunk enough and the song, if you know even just the chorus, you're going to sing along. You're going to sing along.
You're under the jukebox. You're pumping that shit. You're ready. All the Nickelback songs.
After Nickelback is done, you're like, guys, you know what we need? We need "Living on a Prayer" next.
Yeah, right. I got so hammered ass drunk at Sparky's one time. That's a local karaoke bar here in town. And
I love a good karaoke bar.
I tried to sing "Living on a Prayer" and I think I fell over on my face.
Hey, can I ask
you something? I think you were there, Troy. Yeah, anything.
I think you ended up being in the booth just face down, just kind of like "Living on a Prayer."
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's part of the chorus, yeah.
Is it like a regular, not regular, sorry, an open karaoke bar, or is it Asian style with own?
No, it's open. Yeah, it's open.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a restaurant, and then there's like a karaoke area. It was a big ass back room. No, there's booths and shit.
Oh, so people can people stand in front of you singing?
If they want to, yeah.
Okay. Here's my thing. And I've pitched this to people in Discord because I thought, okay, I want a tour. I want to make it happen.
You want to do a fucking karaoke bar tour?
I want to do a karaoke bar tour.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I could go to karaoke bars. If it's open, even better. I don't need
you have a built-in audience.
Built-in audience. I don't need a visa for that because I'm going to be like, I'm just going on vacation, checking out all of the karaoke bars in the U.S.
You're just making your set list on the fly.
Yeah, and then, maybe I'm just want to go see the Liberty Bell or whatever. Yeah, and whatever. Then I'm a tourist still.
There you go. And you're
Don't
still
play
making
this.
that
No
tip.
one, no one can hear this
No
podcast
one will hear
now.
this. No one listens to this podcast. It's fine. Get the tip jar going and away you go. It's fine.
The tip, and then I can, get all of my merch made in the U.S. and then shipped. And now I'm building a network of people that can be my territory managers. Tell me where all the karaoke
where all the hot
bars are.
karaoke bars are.
And then I can set up
good.
my little Casio, and that's my concert.
There you go. Oof, you've got it. Why not?
And what is it called? Sparkies?
Sparkies, that's the one. I'll get you in there. I'll get you in the door. It's not that hard. Just walk in.
Yeah, it was
We'll
quite
be your
nice.
managers. Yeah.
A regular for me and Joe with some, patio lanterns. We'd rock that. Kim
Yeah,
Mitchell.
we would do lanterns, and we would do story of the year, anthem of our dying day a lot.
yeah.
That was after a couple.
That's a
pitchers of beer.
tearjerker.
That one always goes- yes.
Oh, it's a great song.
But the last crescendo he hits there.
So good.
Yeah.
I used to work at I've had a lot of jobs in my life since Kittie. I used to work at like a skateboard shop, and I don't know anything about skateboards, but I could sell a mean pair of Etnies shoes.
Right.
We would play Story of the Year all the time. Like it was constant. Story of the Year, and not Five Finger Death Punch. It's something Jedi Mind Tricks?
Jedi Mind Tricks.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
I love Jedi Mind Tricks. Of course I know who Jedi Mind Tricks is thinking.
So it was them. It was the weirdest mix of music. I was like, okay, what are we? Oh, Story of the Year. Okay.
Hey, until the day I die, I would sing that like in my goddamn sleep. I know the words to that so much, man. That song, that one right there is just a beauty. And,
Wait, am I getting confused? I might be getting it confused with another song. Am I getting confused?
No, that's just another one of their songs.
Oh, it is.
There's Anthem of Our Dying Day and Until the Day I Die.
Like,
until the day I die.
I spill my heart for you.
Yeah. That's a good one too. Coheed and Cambria was the other one.
There you go. Coheed and Cambria. I used to like Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
I only have my one story about them that I love to tell because it was
please
beautiful.
tell.
I got to see them. The only time I ever saw them was in Warped Tour in Calgary, Alberta, and they got booed off the stage because what's his face? Crazy Hair was drunk as fuck. Yeah, he was just swigging Jack Daniels out of the bottle, and he was like telling people to throw shit at him. So we all did. I threw my disposable camera at him, and he's like, no wonder.
Pictures back.
He's like, no wonder you guys Canadians don't play baseball. You can't hit shit. And then everybody just whipping even more stuff. The band was so pissed off at him. And then the next day, there was like a press release saying, I'm sorry.
Sorry about being a drunken fool.
Oh, man. And that was the only experience I got from them. I mean, I'm sure they're great live, but what I got to see was probably even better in my mind.
I mean, that was a show in and of it's like a show within a show.
Exactly. I mean, I think they only were on for like 10 minutes, but people were pissed because they were the big headliners.
They were the draw, yeah.
I went to see them recently actually with a guy that I went to university with, which is kind of odd. He was like, hey, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to go with me? I'm like, sure. I haven't spoken to you in like 8 years, but sure.
Why not? Yeah.
Went out and it was like this weird, like stepping back into 2003. I was like,
bunch of J and Co pants. And
it's like, here we are at the Coheed and Cambria show.
Let's do the time warp again.
It was insane. But the only experience I've ever had with something like that, I saw Manson with Talina. Actually, her and I went to go see Manson and Zombie in Montreal.
Okay.
And he was struggling. I don't know what was going on with him, but there was he had canceled the Toronto show actually because he was sick. Mm-hmm. Right. And then I don't know, he was like, it was kind of, you wanted to just like give him a hug and be like, it's okay. You don't need to do.
You don't have to be the Antichrist superstar. You're fine.
Yeah, like
that's too bad.
It was really. It made me feel bad.
Similar thing like that happened up here when he played. Oh, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I guess, in a small town. Yeah, something like that, in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, just down there.
Moose Jaw.
And I guess he just fucking like passed out on stage, or he was just hammered drunk or something. I don't know. He wasn't doing too good.
He wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I never, ever, 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 ever drink during shows, ever.
That's good.
Just, and I used to play in a band with guys who would drink like a 2-4 and they'd be fine. Alcohol doesn't sit well with me, so I just don't drink. And
that's fair.
so I was like, how are you able to do anything right now?
They practice. That's like when I would do shows, I'd practice drunk, man. You'd have to practice.
You have to practice whilst under the influence. Yeah. I just
100%.
I have to be very clear-headed, otherwise my anxiety will just I'll just lose it.
You see, that's why I would drink, because then the anxiety goes away, and then the anxiety comes back when you're on the stage sober. So it's like, nah, bro.
No, we're
practice
good.
Drunk. Practice drunk, play drunk. You're fine. It's all good.
Work hard, play hard, baby.
Woo! I'm a fucking role model. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. What was the? I saw Warped Tour in 2013, I think.
Okay.
2013 or so, and it was, all of your regulars. They had a band called Streetlight Manifesto there. They're like a ska band, which they were great. I really liked them. But they had this band called Blood on the Dance Floor. You ever heard of them?
I mean, it sounds familiar. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so it's like horrorcore, I guess.
Oh shit!
Okay. ICP and shit.
Oh, that's ICP is just ICP.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. They're their own genre. Yes.
They're their own genre, along with Twisted.
Yes, I love. See, Twisted's my shit. I love Twisted.
They're in the same.
Yeah, they're in the same thing.
Anyway, so I didn't know who they were. My partner at the time was like, okay, what is this? What is this music? And there was just like a sea of young, 13-year-old girls going absolutely bonkers for this band. And at that moment, I'm like, I've gotten old. This is, I've officially feel old now because I don't get it. And that made me feel sad.
Isn't horrorcore just all about blood and guts? I'll slit your throat and you jerk off with the blood and just crazy
basically.
shit.
And they're 13-year-old girls listening to this. I was no. And that's what made me feel old too, because it made me protective of them and be like, no, what you're listening to, these guys, they're not good people. Don't listen to this.
Yeah, they're like Lost Prophets-esque.
Lost Prophets were there too.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, they were there. No. And then my partner's like, you know what the rumors are about him, right? I'm like, who? He's like, the singer. I'm like, no. And he told me, and I'm like, why? How is he even here?
Yeah.
That is and then thankfully, thank the gods, it was that year that he was
arrested or whatever.
Arrested and throw away the key, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. I used to listen to a lot of Lost Prophets, and I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's so weird. That's hard. That was really enjoyable music, but I can't listen to it.
I did not tolerate
it's
that
hard
in any way, shape, or form.
Separate the music, the musician as a person from
with that situation.
With that shit,
totally.
I mean, barring him because he's a fucking monster, but just anybody else.
I don't know. That's a good question. It depends on what they've done. If they've done their time, I don't know. It's super, super tough to.
It's a tough question.
Yeah.
And I heard about this all the time.
Okay. Well, I heard recently that Michael Graves was super, super right wing.
Misfits guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So that kind of.
I did know that.
For that, I was like, fuck. Because I don't go right wing at all.
I mean, yeah, I'll still listen to Famous Monsters nonstop, but yeah.
Famous Monsters? Oh my God.
That's so
fun.
If we're
going to talk about a record that you can listen to from start to finish and it's
Famous
absolutely
Monsters.
Perfect. That's it right there.
Calling at the Gates and go.
And now.
Yep. American Psycho was good too, but after that.
Yep. But Famous Monsters just hits right.
It just hits different.
Just so good. You know who gave me Famous Monsters was the editor of Metal Edge, and he literally threw it at me and was like, "This is the shittiest record I've ever heard in my life."
Holy fuck!
Here you go. Take it away. And I listened to it and was blown away.
It's like you're the editor of a music magazine and you have no taste in music.
You're terrible. Well, because I didn't realize it at the time because I wasn't a huge Misfits fan. I had never really been one. Mm-hmm. Even I had heard of them. We had played with them. It was one of our first big shows. We had played with the fucking Misfits. And I mean, I'd heard of them, but I was like,
Yeah.
like Today's a Day was there, so I was more interested in Today's a Day and Earth Crisis than I was the Misfits.
Earth Crisis. Members of Earth Crisis have a new band called Claw and Tooth, or Tooth and Claw.
Yeah, so
And
weird you
I'm
bring that up.
I'm getting them on the podcast in a couple of weeks. So thanks. There you go.
Does it have Kurt?
I believe Kurt
Is it Eric? Eric as well?
I think it's Eric. I think it's Eric or Kurt. It's one of them. This guy's name I talked to is Scott.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
So I
just know Eric and Kurt.
Members of Earth Crisis and some other bands. I was like, hey, Earth Crisis, I'm in. I'll go.
Because I think, the reason why the Metal Edge guy reacted in that way is because he was a Danzig Misfits fan. And, Michael has a different style of, and I prefer his style of singing over.
I do too.
I just do.
That's where I grew up. That's the only Misfits I listened to.
Yeah. I was first exposed to Famous Monsters by Troy here. So there you go.
Yeah, we used it for
I burnt
floor
the
hockey all the
CD
time.
from him.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Floor
listen
hockey and bump that shit
tonight. I have some emails to write. That's going to be that.
Perfect emailing music.
Perfect emailing music. And I had another Warped Tour story. It's not my story, but it was someone that told me about it afterwards. Do you remember in 97 or 98 that Limp Bizkit actually played on Warped Tour? Did you know that?
I remember that, yeah.
I do not. Okay.
So I had a buddy who hated Limp Bizkit. He hated them so fucking much.
Come on, man.
He just, whatever. He was a hardcore guy. He loved, Agnostic Front and like music. He didn't like new metal. But anyways, he bought a ticket specifically so that he could throw something at Fred. And I'm like, that's terrible, man. Like, he's just trying to, do his thing. He's trying to whatever. And he's like, I don't fucking care. I hate that man. He's terrible. He exists. We argued about it a lot of the time. Anyways, so they also got booed off the stage.
Really? Warped Tour.
Warped Tour, though, like that was it.
Yeah, I think whoever got them on Warped Tour was a little bit tone deaf reading the crowd there.
Okay, what?
I don't think, what's Wes Borland going to do on Warped Tour? Those people will eat him alive. And then you got old Freddie. Yeah, I don't know.
It did not go over well. He's like, I didn't even have to do anything, really. I mean, everyone was throwing shit at him anyways. I'm like, oh, God.
I didn't throw anything. I figured he'd been through enough, and I was just happy to see the spectacle.
Just sit back like
excellent. Yeah,
the Deftones played in 98 and they were received very well. So.
Well, yeah, because I think the Deftones would be received well by anybody because they're the fucking Deftones.
They're the greatest band ever.
Thank you. Yes. God damn it. Yes. Favorite Deftones album on 3. 1, 2, 3. White Pony.
Diamond Eyes.
I don't. They're fine. I got Gore that I'm trying to sell on vinyl here. I mean, it's not great.
Diamond Eyes is absolutely, probably actually their best album. Thank you. Yeah, Diamond Eyes.
Okay.
I love that album.
It's a steady rise, and then I didn't listen to them after White Pony. I didn't buy Self-Titled, and I didn't buy Saturday Night Wrist.
Saturday Night Wrist was good.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Good. Okay. Right.
Didn't like it. I have my own reasons, whatever.
Yeah.
But then just on a whim, I was like, what's going on with the Deftones these days?
And then you checked out Diamond Eyes.
And then
you thought,
I heard Diamond Eyes, and it was like, I think I fainted. I may have lost consciousness. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a fucking album and a half. As soon as have you seen The Butcher or now you've seen The Butcher comes on, you're like, oh God.
Okay, stop.
Yeah. Thank you, Chino. Thank you.
Yeah, that record absolutely.
I listened to that record every day when it came out with my old roommate. We would meet on the patio for a smoke in the morning, and then on our lunch break, and then when we got home from work, it was Diamond Eyes, Diamond Eyes, Diamond Eyes. So good. Yeah.
I miss Fat Chino. I like him.
That was there were rumors. I don't know for sure. We played with them at a big festival in Europe.
Yeah.
And I kind of got to meet him briefly. As you can tell, I have Steph's guitar right here. I worship at
Stephen Carpenter. Yeah.
Love that man.
Yeah.
Although he was not interested in talking to anybody. He's very like,
Just take my guitar now. Leave me.
yeah, like, but yeah, it was during White Pony, so he was just going through this weird, I don't know, it's just like a phase. It's just like this
Phase.
weird something was going on there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you have, what was that? What was before White Pony? Was that Around the Fur?
Around the Fur, yeah.
You know, that was a smash. I love that. I don't know. I like the Deftones.
Oh,
I love the Deftones a lot.
Now they're not going to tour this
How-
year.
Yeah, that's too bad. How do you feel? Have you checked out some of his other side projects he's done, like Crosses?
Crosses.
See, that
no, but
I
Team
love
Crosses
Crosses.
is good. Crosses is great.
I love when we did the sort of breakdown of all of the
Mhm.
records, I think one of the things we noticed too was that there was a significant amount of like bleed between, like you could hear this may have been a Team Sleep song or
Thank you.
may have been a Crosses song.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, this is very, and it's like Steph and him are kind of like fighting to, and it creates great stuff,
Mhm.
but sometimes these things leak through that you're like, where did this song come from? Like,
Yeah.
it just seems, if we're listening to it from cover to cover, or, you know, one side or side A and side B, it's like, what is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, ooh, sirens.
That's me. That's Regina. Hi, Regina. What's
That's
up?
pretty much par for the course.
Oh, well, you'd think if me being in Toronto, you could hear it, but no.
No, we were talking. Who were we talking to? Madam Mayhem was in
New York.
New York, and I was like, is that you or me?
I mean,
I think it's you. Yeah. Okay.
is Regina still the murder capital of Canada, or
Yeah.
have they
Yeah,
passed
we got that.
Oh,
We got
yeah,
that locked
number
down.
one,
We got
number
that
Up
one.
high, bud.
We got that shit on lock here.
Yeah, we did.
It's
I don't
crazy.
know. I don't know what Toronto has things on lock.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. Apparently, well, no, we're climbing up in COVID cases too. So
I
don't
saw
know.
that. It was,
Yeah.
it was like dormant for really.
Yeah,
Mhm.
people are fucking bullshit here, man. They're like, oh, now Saskatchewan has the most cases per capita. It's not a good thing.
It's
not a good
like,
thing.
guys, let's not get excited. It's not a good thing.
Well, we gotta be good at something.
That's
We
right.
will-
You know, we used to be
Might as
the
well spread a pandemic.
best rates of drinking and driving. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Our whole party is based around that. The SAS party, we're all out the drinking and driving. Scott Moe killed a man. He could still run the province.
What? He killed a
He
man?
fucking ran
Killed a
over a
G- I
guy
don't know
drunk
nothing
driving.
about that.
No, he did. He fucking killed a guy drunk driving. He's still the fucking premier of the province. I'm not lying.
I don't even know if that's true, but I love
That's
it.
true, man. He got fucking charges, and he's still the fucking.
I'm Googling
Does
that
he
right now.
admit to this and say, yeah,
I
I
don't
did
know if he
that? What the
admits
fuck
to
are you going to do? Like, that takes cojones, man. That's...
Cojones. Yeah, I still think it's. I'm gonna fucking look it up too.
Just so we can't just be like slandering Scott Moe.
I will slander that man as long as I can before they take away my internet. Fucking cesspool.
You're going to get like a letter.
I
Oh
hope
shit!
so. I would
Oh
fucking
shit!
hope.
It said 1997. He
There you
was
go.
involved in that collision that left one person dead.
There you go. Drunk
There you
driving.
But drink, it was specifically because he was drunk?
Well, now I gotta read more than just the headline.
Yeah,
No,
you gotta
get the story right there, bud.
Oh no, I'm
This
a
is
fake
serious.
news kind of guy.
If
Fake
we're
news.
slandering someone,
Fake
we
news. It's fake news.
We'll slander away. Yeah.
Scott Moe is a Canadian politician serving as the 15th and current Premier of Saskatchewan. Blah, 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 blah.
He's
blah.
also a murderer.
He's also a fucking murderer with a drinking problem.
I love our province.
We are the best. Okay,
I mean, I can say that I don't think I've ever been, but and this is before we were chatting. I was writing an email, but at the same time, I was watching or looking for properties in Northern Ontario because I have this dream about building a tiny house, but it's almost impossible to do it here. In Ontario, we have just crazy rules about building things.
Okay.
You're not allowed to live in a house with wheels, essentially. Anyways, it's a whole thing. So I'm like, why don't I just like go to like Manitoba or something? Maybe in Manitoba they even have something, where I can like just commandeer some land to just build on it.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that in Manitoba. You could do it in Saskatchewan. You could do it
Totally.
in Alberta.
But
There's
then I
always
need,
land for sale.
There's always land for sale in Manitoba and
is it
Saskatchewan.
cleared land?
Yes.
Cleared land.
Well, no, there's trees and shit. You have a patch with trees around you. You could just build in the center of trees, kind of like a sweet fortress.
Little fort, yeah.
There you
Most
go.
of the ones that I was finding are in and around Thunder Bay area,
Okay.
which is, I was like, okay, it's a bit far, but sure. But like the only way you can get to it is by plane.
Wow.
Then you need a snowmobile to get there. So I'm like,
You just skidoo to get to the plane to get to it.
Sounds convenient.
you hear my cat trying to be on the skidoo.
No
like,
problem.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is
just fuck it.
a way of life for some people, but maybe not for a city dweller like me. I don't know. Right, babes? No, you don't.
Maybe
wanna,
not for Fallon Bowman. That's not so.
You don't want to live in Temiskaming or wherever. I don't know. Up north.
Wherever.
Yeah. So I was looking 2 provinces over too to see what the deal is, but and I don't need like I don't need an acre. I think maybe a half acre.
A half acre, yeah, that's easy.
Okay, cool.
Do a
Well,
half
my
acre.
realtor
We'll keep our
will be
eyes
in
open.
touch, right?
All right, let's.
I got my place for sale. It's just a townhouse, but we're looking to move. Joey's moving to a different place too. Everybody wants to
I'm
move.
trying to move.
Gotta
man.
move. Gotta keep on the move, guys. Like,
Yeah.
I've been living in a suitcase for 20 years.
And look at you. You're just having a blast.
I'm just having a blast, doing my thing.
Yeah, I've thrown out a bunch of shit. I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
the other thing is having to downsize. Like none of what you see right now, aside from like this, is mine, and like the guitar too. But it's just living in furnished homes.
There you go.
So I don't own
That's all you
furniture.
need.
It's
Yeah,
just-
you don't need to. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, we don't have much for furniture, but the place I'm going to has a lot of furniture that has to be moved out, and that's the problem.
Oh, are they those kind of
No, it's actually it's my grandma's old house in my hometown,
Okay.
and it's only a half hour from here, so that's nice and close. But I don't know. It's just depressing because my family's decided to take it over and use it for storage. So
Oh no! See, I mean, I tell my parents that you should deal with all of your stuff now because they're hoarders and they've passed on their hoarding to me. But like I hoard everything in boxes, so
yeah, which is nice. It's all tucked away there.
It's all tucked away. They're all plastic. My cat sleeps on it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I'm like, can we just deal with all of this stuff that literally has been around since my sister was born, and she was born in the early 70s?
Mhm.
Can we just deal with this? They're
Just
like,
deal
no, no, we're not going to. So I get you. It's like, well, guys, come on.
It's frustrating. Well, it's mainly like it's frustrating because they have. I've been told that they have 3 fucking sea cans on my parents' farm.
What's
Now,
a sea can?
a sea can is okay. Good question. A sea can is like the fucking containers that come over on ships, like the shipping containers, the big fucking things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, they have 3 of those, 40 feet high.
How long?
Okay. I'm thinking about 20 feet long.
Okay, you can make those into tiny houses.
You can make those into then those will run you about $5,000. So that's not too bad. But I've been told that 2 of them out there are full.
Of?
And one, fuck if I know, shit. One is my dad's motorcycles. So there you go.
Plural.
Yeah, he has a few. And the other is my sister's house from in the city here that they're trying to sell, have been trying to sell for 5 years. And the third one is now things from my family's basement because they had a major fucking flood 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
And that was kind of what's fucked us over. They had 200 gallons of water in their basement.
Oh
And
my God.
really, now it's a whole insurance thing, and we were hoping
Oh,
to be in.
Don't even get me started.
Hoping
With
to be at my
insurance.
parents' place. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to be my parents' place or my grandparents' place by September. We were trying for, and I was like, Dad, Sarah, my sister, what's a realistic fucking timeline
Can
here?
we tackle
Probably
this?
October. Probably October. It's like, well, it's probably because we just have to give notice. Like we're having children, we have to, figure
Yeah.
this out.
We got to
So I don't
do
know. Now
this.
it's all up in there. We might just say fuck it and move to Alberta next year. I don't know. But we're getting out of the city. That's all I know.
Go move to Red
Getting
Deer.
out of Regina. No, I'm not moving. I'm going to Okotoks, Alberta, right on an acreage, nothing but country. There you go.
That's a man. That's a man. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to do.
Get a shipping container dropped off.
Get a shipping container.
Yeah,
You can get 2 of them.
Container.
One for the kids.
You could get 2 of them. You stack them up.
Stack them.
Yeah.
You could stack
And
them up
one
too.
for whatever.
They have a
You could put them on top of each other with a ladder.
Yeah,
Mhm.
There's a community of them in Hamilton near my place. I was like, what is
Oh.
this? And they had a community of these
crazy.
shipping container houses. Gorgeous.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Painted black on the outside, all
Mhm.
modern and but stacked
Wow.
offset like.
Yeah. Like a art thing.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
looked artistic. Which is so
It didn't
strange.
look like storage containers. Yeah.
I mean, it's still city, right? I guess
Yeah. That's hilarious.
that counts. So
You just get one
I
of
love
those
that. I
delivered.
love sort of alternative people that take control of trying to find their own housing or different types of housing and whatever. I think it's great. I watched a video today of a woman. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but she made her house out of like mud and straw bales, and this is her 3rd home. The first one she tried to build and it collapsed. The second one
Jesus Christ.
also collapsed. The 3rd one she finally got. I don't know. I'm like, how the fuck did you do all of that by yourself? She's like, I had nothing but time. So I made this house in the middle of the Welsh countryside somewhere. And I'm like, she looks like a witch. Like just this like witch that lives out in the
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, totally look like that, but just totally in tune woman. She's like, yeah, I live in, it's just nothing but trees around me. She had a thatched roof.
Live in some mud.
I was like, oh, I love
that. A thatched
that.
roof.
You
can do that. Yeah.
Amazing. I love
That's
that.
right. That's a broad who knows about chakras and whatnot.
She totally does.
The DIY spirit. She knows.
So if you need them cleansed, you just go to her in the middle of nowhere.
The Welsh
countryside. I don't know. I
call her
respect
Madam
people
of
that
the Mud.
do that kind of thing where they're just like, fuck everybody. I'm just gonna live in the middle of nowhere and do my own thing. I love that. I think
I
it's
like
great.
that too. I just feel like
in
I'm
theory.
So spoiled, and I'm like, ugh. I was at the farm for like 3 days, and I was like, oh, well water. This is disgusting.
Oh, pish posh.
Yeah, I need some of this through my filters, assholes.
And some people get very creative at the way that they deal with that kind of thing, which I mean, I'm the same way. I'm still kind of researching how I'm going to do this. And there are ways to live off grid or half on it and half off. And how does that all work? And then of course, when I'm looking on YouTube, it leads me down the prepper path very quickly. Mm-hmm. So I became obsessed with watching prepper videos.
with your
and this was pre-pandemic too. I was like just researching. Yeah. So they're like, you need to have this.
Your bug out bag.
You got your bug out bag. You need this. You need, what else? This one guy was saying, I have 10 years worth of food in my house.
Oh my God.
It was me tours of the house. I was enthralled. I was like, this is fucking great. I love it. Look at this.
Now my bug out bag. Yeah, my bug out
right
bag.
Here,
I got my Bible, I got my machete, I got my AR-15, and I got my bullets, and I got my freedom. We're ready. Praise Jesus, pass the ammunition.
Right. Oh man! And then, of course,
then I have to show them like shooting the guns so they know they're not.
They know how to use it. A lot of them, though, will show things that I had never seen before that are kind of relevant to what I was looking for. And that was probably why YouTube thought, you will probably want to watch these
Probably
videos.
like this.
You will like, and
Tiny houses, doomsday preppers, it's the same thing.
doomsday preppers, like they know their shit, and they knew how to collect water, and then there's like this very elaborate thing of filters and things.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I ate it up. I just loved it.
That's crazy.
Great. I'm terrified of guns though, so I'm like, okay, I don't know about that. But
when it comes to take my Jesus for me, I got 10 rounds of freedom right here.
America.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's YouTube is scary. It just knows. It knows me so well.
You just sit there and like, even like some stuff, like I know they have all their voice recognition things, and like me and my wife will have conversations sometimes, and then like later there's ads on my Facebook for the same shit we were talking about. I'm like, okay, fuck.
Okay,
off.
they're listening.
This is crazy.
I'm curious.
I need a cheese sandwich that bad.
When you open your YouTube, you know how at the top there they have like, search words. And I ask everybody this, like, I'm just interested to know what your search words are that come up, that like kind of related to what the algorithm thinks that you would enjoy.
Let me see. I don't even know.
I'll tell you what mine is.
Well, I have ones that I've previously searched.
Yeah, previously searched.
Yeah.
You know how it has that little bar with those little bubbles with the words in it?
Mm-hmm. One sec here.
Okay.
Mine's all music, really.
Yours is all music?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, mine's on my app here. I'm gonna open up the thing, see what's going on.
I'm
here.
on the app too.
I'm just curious because I think it's hilarious. Sometimes they're so on, and then sometimes you're like, what? Okay.
We're going. What do we got? Come on.
Come on, bud.
SaskTel internet. There we go.
Yeah, Crown Court, the only option.
Okay, yeah, I got some weird stuff
Where
in
are
here.
you fucking thing?
I got some. Oh, synthwave. That's
Synthwave
a
is
keyword, right?
All right, okay.
Got rock music.
Okay.
That's
Rock
very
music?
generic.
Okay.
Xbox professional wrestling comedy.
Comedy, okay.
Recently uploaded. Okay, new age music. We were just talking about a weird hippie lady.
Oh, it knows. It knows.
Where are you seeing this? Are you on your computer?
You have to be
or
on.
on
I
your
think you have to be
phone?
on
Yeah.
the computer to see it. Or I don't know. Correct me if
That
I'm
yeah,
wrong.
I was on the
Okay, one
computer.
second.
Yeah, I just threw up the computer,
Okay,
the
one
Google Chrome, and threw it up there and saw some things.
Take
There
a
we go.
look here.
You know,
I want to see what this is to me now.
sometimes, man, it's weird actually not doing stuff on a phone. The phone, oh my god, is incredible. What a device.
I know. It's funny. My dad
What a device.
always makes fun of me because I use my computer so much more than I do use my phone. He uses only his phone for everything, and he's like, "It is a computer, though." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's so small. I don't." And now mine may not work because it was just sitting in water for a bit. I don't know.
You're good. Dunk it in rice. Keep it in rice, right?
But I have the. Oh, maybe I should check the port here. But the port seems fine. Like it has a little cover on it.
Okay.
So-
Oh, you're golden. You're golden.
I think I
Oh,
should.
good.
Okay,
Okay,
here's
so-
mine. This is
tell me
this is
yours.
odd. It's rock music, tom-tom drums, auditions, country music, lucha libre for some reason, buses,
What's
pop
that?
music.
What's Licha? What?
Lucha libre is Mexican wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Pop music, editing,
Okay.
combat
Editing.
sports,
What?
yeah, electronic music, action
Okay.
adventure games, indie games, cars. I'm still not a car person, so I don't know. Role-playing games. There you
Okay.
go. That's it.
Tabletop?
I guess I don't know.
Like
I'm not
D&D?
I suppose I'm not a big tabletop game player unless you're talking Settlers of Catan. I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
I'm
Love
in.
that one.
Okay, we'll have to play
But yours
on
is
Zoom
kind of
sometime.
similar.
It's just generic. It's like whatever. It's like
Mine is cooking
Okay.
because I've been watching Kitchen Nightmares UK. I'm
Mm-hmm.
obsessed. Love it. Thrillers
Uh-huh.
of, I don't know what.
Yeah. Thrillers. What?
Thrillers.
Thrillers.
Restaurants.
Okay.
Gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Comedy.
Uh-huh.
Cats.
Fair enough.
Eyeshadow.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Hairstyles. I've never looked up hairstyles ever, but lions,
Lions as well.
Just
Oh,
big
yeah.
cats.
Big cats in general.
lions, eating,
Lions.
training, clothing, The Sims,
Mhm.
true, tourism, true, weddings. What? I've never looked up weddings ever. Electronic music.
Okay,
So we all had electronic music.
Yeah.
we got some on there, right? Obviously, some of them hit the spot. Other
Yeah.
times
Some
they're
are
just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what
Like
sticks.
combat sports. I'm not a UFC guy. I don't care. I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
I think lucha libre wrestling's cool, but I don't watch it, so I don't know. You
They're
missed the
trying.
mark, YouTube. Thank
Yeah, they're
you.
trying. They're like, how do we
How
make?
can I influence this person? You can't.
You can't. You can't do it. There's no way.
I'm my own person. The tour buses make sense because I always watch that digital tour bus or whatever.
What is
With
this?
all the
What's
mu-
that?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
they go on tour buses with like famous musicians and just like see tour buses
They walk through, yeah, see what's in their fridge. It's like MTV
or
Cribs Tour
bus
Bus
invaders.
Edition.
It's called Bus Invaders.
Bus
mistake.
invaders. I've never heard of that.
It's really cool.
I mean,
It's really cool.
I assume that most of them look the same, but then there's a certain level of people that I'm sure have like luxury buses.
Yeah, like the Seven Dust bus was a luxury bus.
Was it?
It was sweet. That was cool.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I have been on a regular bus before, so that was nice.
So yeah, 8 years ago was episode 221. That's when Kittie was on Bus Invaders. But now they're up to like episode like 1500.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow! See, I love that. What a great idea.
Yeah, it's
Because
cool.
people want to know those things. They want to
Well,
see.
it's the sort of shit.
And that's why something like Twitch or like these live streaming where you can bring them into your studio or you could bring them into, I don't know, when you're writing your record or whatever. I did a concert over it was over Crowdcast, but through for all my patrons. I played
Nice.
whatever songs they wanted to hear of my repertoire, other songs
That's
from
sweet.
other people. I don't know. I love the bringing people into your kind of world to see how you do.
That's
things.
fun. And that's sort of like tonight. We get to creep on in the background there. Looks like you guys I owe the prize. You're missing I on the prize.
The N is missing. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to the N. I think my cat must have like saw it and like pawed at it, and it just went shoo and shot somewhere.
That's it.
This is by an artist in London. He's
Okay.
amazing, and it's on loan to me as if this is a gallery.
Oh, fancy you. See, typical Ontario.
Right? They're like, it's on loan. You have to give it
It's-
back. It's not yours.
You can't keep it. Yeah.
And that's me as a baby,
Okay.
and that's a Kittie lunchbox.
Kittie lunchbox.
You guys like the lunch boxes, right? That was on when I was watching on Tubi today. The first thing they brought was like, hey, this is one of the original lunch boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know?
I don't know how many of them they made, but I had lunchboxes at the time were like a big thing.
Yeah, they were.
Metal ones specifically.
Yeah.
I had a Slipknot one. I don't know
Nice.
what happened to it, but I had a metal Slipknot lunchbox, and it's usually always a contraband box.
Yeah.
That's what it's.
Yeah.
You put your contraband in there.
I put my things in there.
Put my things in there. It has a Bible, actually, a hollowed out Bible inside of it.
You keep your contraband in the hollowed out
keep
Bible
my
inside the
contraband in the
contraband box. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why that was a big thing, because I guess metal lunchboxes used to be a huge thing back in the day.
Well, it's a sweet
Back in the
collector's
day.
item.
But it's a collector's item primarily. I don't think it's actually something that people use.
Yeah, I don't know if kids would take it to school and be like, "Here's my sandwich."
Here's
No,
a sandwich.
You're probably not allowed to. I think you have to take everything in a clear bag nowadays
Yeah,
so you can see
it.
through.
Gotta be
Get through
peanut
the metal
free.
detector. Yeah, no
Yeah.
peanuts. Yeah.
Peanuts and all that shit. I mean, yeah.
You know, that's what's funny to me about this whole like school thing and reopening with COVID and like having all the kids in class and all this and like not making changes, at least here. It's like, yeah, but you can keep fucking peanuts out of school, but you can't stop
keep the
kids from
Rona.
practicing fucking whatever safety measures they need to not get the Rona passing around? I don't know.
I mean, I just don't think I can trust a kid to not keep their fingers out of their hands or
Exactly.
whatever.
Without a
It's
doubt,
just-
that's a
They're
perfect way to put
germ
it.
magnets. Germ magnets. They
and
are.
they just don't. A lot of them, I wouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them don't understand that you
Mhm.
shouldn't do that. Like, just don't,
Yeah.
don't, and then.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
do
I
that.
know. I know.
Oh, you have kids, you know.
God, do I know.
You're like, I
There's
didn't
so
need
many
all of your
times.
saliva on me, but okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Holy fuck. And then they just like spit on each other, and it's like, dudes, this is fucked up. You can't do that. And I'll tell my oldest, I'm like, this is how it starts. What do you mean? You know why you're not going to the park anymore? Why? Because you can't fucking stop spitting. Oh.
I think I love your kids.
No, they're cool. My kids are sweet. They're funny. They're quite the pair. They're quite the pair.
Oh yeah, I always find it really amusing. Like Tanya is really the only one that has, well, she's the only one that has kids right now
Yeah.
of the Kittie family.
Mhm.
And the stories that she tells me of her kids like just kill me, because she has always been the super extroverted, like crazy person, in a good way. And her kids are just like her. I'm like, oh, it's scary. It's scary. It's like being 13 again and just seeing
gosh.
how much her son is like her. It's
Yeah.
so, he's adorable and amazing. And he could talk by the time he was like 4 months. It was insane.
Jesus.
So, and he can
Crazy.
sing. And so
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I'm like, he's going to be a musician just like you.
Yeah, I'm hoping my guy gets into death metal because he likes to scream a lot. So you got some pipes on you, son. Let's try to nudge you in a direction here. Do you want to listen to some Cannibal
man.
Corpse with Daddy? Okay.
Okay, so this one's called Hammer
This one's
Smash
called,
Face.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. There you go. Now here you go. Wait for it. Now, okay.
And scream.
And this is Sebastian Bach, and he goes a little higher, and that's fine. You can do that.
This is Judas Priest.
Yeah.
This will make you want to ride Grandpa's.
You know what? Honest to God,
motorcycle.
like my son goes through phases where he likes to do the same thing over and over. He's probably on the spectrum somewhere, and that's fine. But he likes the same stuff on repeat constantly. And one thing that he really liked was Cataclysm, Shadows and Dust. So I thought I was doing quite well. He's like,
I mean,
can we play the skeleton song again, Dad? Because
Aw.
on YouTube it's got the red fiery skull, and I'm like, well, you mean like the skeleton dance song? Or was like, no, like the rah. I was like, oh fuck yeah, we can.
Oh, that's
Played
so
that for, like,
cute.
An hour and a half one day, and like driving around, I was like, put out the Shadows and Dust song, and he'd recite the whole like opening narration in like his language, his kid talk, and I was just like, fuck yeah.
Oh
this
my
is the
god,
best.
that's so fucking cute.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
cool.
I can't.
It was cool. Yeah.
I live for that shit.
Yeah.
It makes you proud because you're just like, okay, well, you're not going to be you have terrible taste in music.
Yeah, I just hope you're not a shitbag when you're older.
just please don't be a shitbag. All right, just
That's what I try
give
to
me
tell
a solid.
them. It's the hardest thing is I try to tell them like because they don't listen to what no means, right? So I'm like, you are going to fucking learn what no means, because as a man, that is your responsibility to understand what no, don't, stop, quit. All those mean the same thing. And if you are going to learn, and that's like my mission in life, is to get him to learn that. And he doesn't get it, but I'm keeping on it.
Keep on keeping on. How old is he?
He's 4, so
he's a baby.
He's got a ways to go. I got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they're crazy. They just beat the shit out of each other's nuts.
Aww.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my life. Anyways, that and podcasting. I love podcasting.
That and podcasting, yeah. I would love to do more podcasting. I was going to do one, and I'm still considering doing it, just because the only ones that I listen to are true crime ones or about like history and stuff like that. So I'm like, why don't we do, historical crazy true crime cases from Ontario specifically.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure it's been done already, or I know there's one for Canada, but
maybe not specifically for
Ontario. Yeah. And then I was also thinking about tying it into, because I'm obsessed with the Victorian period. Right. Something, because I don't know, Victorians are fucked up. Yeah, there's just so much fucked up things about Victorians. Like, I guess can't get enough of it. It's great.
She could do Victoria. Yeah, you could tie the
Victorian
two
murders,
together. Yeah,
and so I
Victorian
did
murders.
look into the archives here. Oh, there's my cat.
Kittie.
I did look at the archives and try and see what was out there, and there are some pretty prolific cases that came out of Toronto specifically, and fascinating. Loved it because it was scandalous even by today's standards. Love it. Love a good scandal.
Love a good scandal.
Can you get
Got
up
that
here?
Dirt.
It's just stop meowing. Yeah.
You should do it.
I would love to just talk about it, but
Well,
maybe
me and
even
Troy.
just do videos about it, or just talk about, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Victorians, like I said, just fucked up, crazy. Like there was one that I had seen about a woman who is of course, in the Victorian era, laundry was a big deal, especially for women. There's so many pieces that especially for women, women of status, they had a lot of pieces of clothing that needed to be laundered relatively frequently.
Right.
So being a laundress was a pretty lucrative job to have. At any rate, this woman was a laundress for a wealthy family here in Toronto. And one of the things that they had said in the police report was that this woman liked to dress in men's clothing. So she didn't actually wear a corset or a dress or anything like that. She dressed in pants, and they made a point to say that she dressed like a man.
Yeah.
And, she may have, pointing to the fact that they probably thought she was homosexual or something. They thought she was a lesbian.
Right.
Just for the fact that she wore
Pants.
Like, they're like, she has to be a lesbian. If she's wearing pants, she's a lesbian.
That's it. Yeah. Cut and dry.
100%.
Case closed. Yeah.
Case closed. Anyway, so she was accused of murdering a man from a prominent family here because he made a pass at her or something. She claimed that he had made a jeer or a pass of some kind. She was also biracial. So she was one of the first Black women to be kind of entangled in this scandal. It was a huge deal in the Victorian period when this happened, because she was like this, woman who of questionable origins, because they don't know really where she came from, and she dressed like a man and may have been a lesbian, but then she said that this guy from a prominent family tried to do something and he ended up dead, and she was the last person to be seen with him. And it was a whole thing because this guy was his dad was a famous solicitor here. They was called solicitors at the time. And the person, her lawyer was the same lawyer as, oh my God, I can't remember, oh my God, it's gonna. Anyway, he was a very prominent barrister that had taken her on as a client. And it was like very sensational, and, just the fact that they were, she was vilified so badly because she was potentially a lesbian.
Maybe she just wasn't comfortable in those goddamn corsets.
Exactly. Maybe she didn't want to wear it. Like, what?
Nope. Satan and lesbians.
Satan, lesbian.
Check.
Puffer. Send her
Devil.
to the
Gallows. That's
the
it.
gallows. Oh, and they had some pretty gruesome ones about that too.
You should do it. Why not do it? I'm just saying, anybody wants to start a podcast, you've already got all the gear. You go for it.
I do have the gear. We could just
and
chat
Troy.
about it.
Yeah, we could. Me and Troy started doing this as an excuse to talk. And now look at us.
Well, there you go.
We talk to all sorts of people every bloody night. That's what we do.
That's what you do. Talking is fun.
Yeah,
especially when you're talking about old murder.
Yeah. Old murder and new metal. I think they really go hand in hand.
Maybe I could be the one that could come in and we can marry an old new metal record with an old murder somehow. Just like,
holy shit.
That would be
murder
fun.
metal with Fallon Bowman.
So let me tell you this lovely story about a murder.
They listen to Taproot, the gift, much like the gift of freeing him from his mortal coil.
There's some pretty sensational, great ones. So we could weave a tale. I could even do some voice acting for it. It'll be fantastic.
Oh,
Let's
well,
do something. I'm in. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to do. Let's do it.
So Mr. Jarvis came from England, and he may have killed his mistress.
Because she wore the pantaloonies.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
That's a whole thing. You could make it.
It's a whole thing.
You guys
I love
are
it.
insane.
It's great.
You
Listen,
are
bud.
okay, Bucko. You know what? I had
Listen, pal.
to zone out for a while when Joey was talking about kids and stuff. Ugh, that bores me to tears.
That's fun.
I have buddies that do a podcast and they just had a newborn, and like I tell them I basically have quit listening because like every episode they're like, "Oh, hey, this is about my kid," and I'm like, "Next, skip it. Don't
David
care."
Cross talk about that? He's like, once people start having kids, I'm not a fan of David Cross, but I just remember him saying, making fun of his friends that had kids, and he's just like, I don't get it why parents always have to talk about the most mundane things.
It's
My buddy Billy was just like, hey Dave, guess what happened? Layla stepped on a grape today. It's like, and he's like, and? Oh, nothing.
That's
Just
it. Yeah.
that's it.
And now you gotta look at a picture of it too. Usually,
Yeah. Oh, wait, this is just, I recorded it. Can we just take a look? Just look at these. Stepped on a grape. It's hilarious.
And what's the funny part? Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I mean, it is for people that don't have kids. Like I love kids, or I like kids. I like my friends' kids a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're no loss profiting any kids.
But I mean, it's like kids are hilarious, and they say they speak the truth, and I love that. I love it. It's just like this is great. I did a commercial with a little girl who was supposed to be my daughter. She was 4, and she told me she was so full of spunk and the cutest fucking kid ever, just adorable. She goes, I want to be in a band. I'm like, that is funny because she has no idea, right? I'm like, you want to be in a band? Okay, let's be in a band. And I think it's just license for me to act crazy. So her and we made songs while we were sitting in the green room, like we're just outside, just singing. And I'm like, okay, are we going to do a dance? She's like, yeah, we're going to do this dance. And I'm like, okay, teach me the dance. And she just looked at me like, I don't know what else to do.
I don't have it.
But yeah, and sometimes you gotta just let the kids hear the truth too. Like in this weekend, I was just at the pool at my buddy's place, and then your kid's like, "Hey, you got a big tummy," and I was like, "You know what? That's a lot of sadness and binge eating, kiddo. That's gonna happen."
No, bud.
Bud. Yeah.
I'm like, "You ain't seen nothing yet."
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to like. I'm always the type of person to never to speak to kids the way I'm speaking to you. That's just, I don't know. I don't know how to talk in another way. Yeah, her and I, we got on thick as thieves. I love that chick. I'm like, you are going to be.
You're going to be something. You call me.
You're going to be something. Yeah. You're going to be in that band. You're going to teach me that dance one day.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
It's just amazing. I love it. And then, of course, there are the kids that you just want to like.
Yeah, I got into one of those ones.
Why are you doing that? That's so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, listen, can I tell you a story? Can I just tell you something? In school, no one is going to like you if you act like this.
That's right.
I've been there before. I know. I had to babysit my neighbor's kid, and he's like, "Hey, let's go play on the PlayStation." Cool. He was just so aggressive and irritating, and I think I finally had enough. And I was like, "This is why no one comes to play with you." and he was like, "Hey," he's like, "That's very mean." And I'm like, "Well, you know it. Then don't be a dickhead."
Oh, see, this is why I don't do multiplayer. I just can't play with kids. Like, kids are just the worst part of being
Video
on
games.
like a no, I can't do it. Like, tell me to kill myself or something. And
Yeah, just
Come on.
what the fuck is wrong with you? Who raised you, a fucking goat?
know who raised them? That goddamn PlayStation raised them, or the
That's
DVD, right?
Call
That's
of
all.
Duty raised them. Yeah.
Call of Duty, right? Yeah, it's like what? it just ruins the experience. And that's why, like, a friend of mine who lives in England was like, hey, do you want to play Red Dead with me? Because I need to fend off like armies of kids that try and steal all my stuff. They steal my horse and all this stuff. Like, oh, you want me to join your virtual gang to fend off 10-year-olds?
Yeah, you have to.
Well, they
The
got
boss
the
is
time.
coming. Yeah.
And they got the time, they got the skills. It's ridiculous, like how skilled these kids are. Like the fucking controller is like an extension of their body.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I can hardly handle like pushing 4 buttons and dealing with that. They're just like click, 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 boom,
It's crazy,
Fortnite
right?
done. I'm like, okay, cool.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not there with my son yet, but he does play Toy Story 3 on
That's a
the
game?
Wii. Yeah, with
On the Wii? Oh, okay.
And I got it on the
The
and on
Switch?
the 360. No, just a
Oh,
Wii.
okay.
I'm not hip.
You're
I
not
don't
hip.
have the fancy shit. I stopped at the PS3. That's right. Yeah. I'm with it.
I'm hip. I'm with it.
But he'll sit there. He just goes to town on this fucking thing. Like I can barely use the nunchuck and the remote at the same time. So I don't know how the hell you're doing it.
Oh
Just
yeah, that's a
4.
good point. I never even thought about that. I haven't played the Wii in a long time. Although I did
There's some
I did a
motor
commercial for Nintendo.
Did you?
Yeah, I did one for Luigi's Mansion 3.
Nice.
Oh.
Which we got to see the prototype of not the prototype, but like the game
Display, yeah.
like being played, because we had some kids that were in the commercial with us, and so they were playing it. I'm like, I actually want to play that. That looks like super cool. Like I love this. This is fantastic. Yeah, I love that. I want to get a Switch, but I mean, I have a PS4,
Yeah.
and I'm going to buy the PS5 because I'm one of
Yeah.
those crazy
You
people.
need it. Yeah.
It's for work.
Yeah, for work. Yeah,
Exactly. Write it off.
Can
Do
you
whatever
write it
gotta
off?
do.
Well, it is work. I get paid for, I
You
mean,
can-
small
yeah.
amount, but I get paid for the work that I
That's
do.
a fucking business expense. Thanks, Justin Trudeau.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
I
You'll
mean,
have my vote next year.
it's not, ninja numbers.
No.
It will be, right? That's right. We'll get there.
It will be
Hey,
now.
don't
but-
shake your head at me like that, Fallon.
I can't wrap my head around the amount of money that kid makes.
Yeah,
can't.
it's pretty disgusting. And it
It's-
makes, yeah.
And I've seen him play. He's obviously very good at Fortnite. But I mean, that's all he's known for, right? He doesn't do anything else.
Don't know. Yeah, it's blue hair and Fortnite.
That's it.
Yeah. Millions of dollars. Millions.
Really?
Yeah.
He got paid him more than $1 million to go to Mixer.
I just don't know how you monetize these things, guys. I don't know how you make money.
I think it was just because of those 10-year-old boys.
I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm like, how you're playing your goddamn video games and never get anywhere.
No,
I'm
no,
like, how
I
do
mean,
you take
it's-
that and make
How do you
money
take
on
it
it?
to
How do
the
you-
next level? Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure, and I would love to know. How did he get from being a nobody on that platform to being with a meteoric rise?
Yeah.
How did that
Yeah.
happen? What were all of the
Moving
the
parts.
things that he did, all of the moves and decisions that he made?
Right place, right time, like
I think it's
reaction
right-
videos, stuff like
Yeah.
that, whatever that may be, and you just strike gold, and then you can run with it. And you know what? I work with youth through my work, and when parents come and talk to me about their kids playing video games, it's a tough conversation that I have to have with them now, because some of the kids are really good content creators. And they can they're using a lot of this as skills and developing quality skills, where their parents are thinking like they're wasting their fucking time. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, really, it's a whole different ball game than even you and me were growing up with. Like, this is good shit for them. It could possibly lead to something. I know
There's
it's
the
not.
future.
Yeah, I know it's a like Xbox versus a tackle box, getting them outside fishing and like doing stuff. I mean, there's a happy medium, but just, it's hard because you want to keep people involved in their actual interests.
Absolutely. I mean, it is always that ends up being that conversation. Like, how do you make a living off of this? Like, it's not a real job. Tell that to the YouTubers that make fuckloads of money doing what they do.
Yeah. And I mean, and not everybody can do it, but if they're
Totally.
enjoying it and, learning stuff from it, cool. Maybe that'll translate into a job somewhere else. And it's a whole different world, right? I wish I would have, kind of grew up a little bit, later
Yeah.
and understood because, yeah, man, I was playing video games and enjoying it, and I had the, urge to do it a lot, and I feel like I could have had, that stuff to do or whatever. Now I just don't have the time, right? There's so many different things that
You have
take
other
up my day.
priorities. Yeah.
Without a
Yeah.
doubt. It's difficult.
Yeah, it is difficult. And I mean, you have to treat it. And I mean, you're right. There are some transferable skills there. You have a time management, you have like marketing, you have, I don't know, there are a lot of things you have to do and a lot of steps that you need to take to promote your stream or promote your, if it's let's play videos or whatever, then it's, it's a different kind of avenue. Like if you want to go with that idiot PewDiePie, it's sort of the same thing, right? He was just filming himself reacting to
Exactly.
things,
And
right?
he
It's
just
like, what?
struck gold, right place, and
Literally.
he's not better than any other person I've seen.
No, he's just his reactions are what's funny. I guess I don't know. He just rubs me the wrong way, so I'm like, okay, no.
Well, like I saw him, like his comedic timing is just terrible, like in real life. Because when he was on Conan O'Brien, they had him on there.
O'Brien?
Yeah, he was on Conan O'Brien doing like they were playing a game at the same time, and he wasn't like he wasn't very personable. It was like just so unnatural for him as opposed to what he would do on his like YouTube site. It was so weird.
Was that on Clueless Gamer?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
Okay,
I checked that one out, and it's very awkward to see.
Oh no, that just what is that, secondary cringe where you're just secondary embarrassment for someone?
Like,
you're like,
he just
stop.
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't funny. He was trying to shoot jokes off, and it just didn't land right. And you're like, you're not at home here.
I think one of my favorite Clueless Gamers was not Florida. Hold on. I think it's a terrific segment, just because I think that Conan is funny.
Oh yeah, I love
But then
that.
when you pair him with somebody that has great comedic timing on top of his comedic timing, it's fucking gold. Like Elijah Wood played him and Elijah Wood. Yeah, Elijah Wood played God of War together. Dead.
Oh,
Dead.
and also Bill Hader, I think played.
Bill Hader. Yeah, that's
Oh,
it. Bill
man.
Hader.
God, he was good.
I love Bill Hader. Oh my God. Might have a crush.
What about? Okay, did you see the one with Camille Nanjiani? I can't say his name right there.
Oh, I just saw that. Is that Shadow of War?
Heck
Yeah.
That's a beauty one. That's one of my favorites.
I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I don't know this Wiz Khalifa.
Oh,
That
shoot.
one is funny too.
Yeah, it's a good segment. Even if you're not really into video games, you can find a lot of enjoyment in that segment. It's super funny.
Oh, here it is. They're playing Far Cry Primal. I'm playing Far Cry 5 right now because Far Cry 6
cool.
is coming out next year.
Nice.
Or no, next year. Oh, God.
Only Far Cry I ever played was Primal. Just a little bit of it. I'm not like too involved in shooters, stuff like that. I play a lot of action games like Shadows of War, the Tomb Raiders, Batman, Arkham Asylum, God of War, shit like that. I'm always about.
So what did you think of the Uncharted series? Did you ever play that?
Uncharted, I did not like too much. I guess maybe it was because like the first and second ones I didn't enjoy overly that much. The gameplay was kind of janky for me. I didn't like it as much, so I skipped it. And then I went to like the Tomb Raider stuff, the redone Tomb Raider.
Shadow.
Rosa, Tomb or Shadow.
Oh yeah, man,
Shadow,
those are so good. And I just downloaded the one on like that was free on PlayStation last month or whatever. Been playing that recently. Yeah, that shit's so good.
Oh,
That was one game I finally sat down and played that from like start to finish. That Shadow or whatever, it was so good. I played it on 360. It was just phenomenal. You just got sucked into the storyline, and the gameplay was great.
Did you yell? Did you yell? I
I
yelled a lot.
I yelled a lot when I would die because I'm like, what in the fuck? That was so fucking gruesome. Like when you're like going down the river, there's
the
like
river. Oh my God!
The twigs through the fucking neck. It's just like,
she's holding on to it like.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so.
Oh,
the death scenes were
fucking
just
brutal!
crazy.
And when I had already known that part was coming up because of Clueless Gamer, because he kept dying over and over. He's like, "Fuck this game! What the hell?"
when you get past that part, it's fine. But I felt bad. I just felt bad for the character. It's like
Yeah, it just
now
kept killing her.
she's doing this, and then she's like that cruise ship or whatever the boat she's on sinks. It's like what else could go wrong?
It's
God
so
damn you, Laura
bad.
Croft.
It's
But
so bad. Yeah, in terms of action games, I feel you on that. There's like Tomb Raider, I played on stream and I loved it. I thought it was it. The only thing is that I got frustrated because everybody in the chat had already played it.
so
And
they're
there are
telling you what to
and I tell people time and time again, please do not tell me how to do it because there's a lot of puzzles in Tomb Raider.
That's the whole point, yeah.
Just let me fucking figure it out. Like, I know you have had all the time in the world to figure it out, and then just because you know the answer, you're just like, I have to tell you.
Yeah.
No, I didn't ask you to do that. Please don't. And
It
there'll
kind of
always be
ruins
some
the enjoyment. It's nice when you figure it out. It's like, oh hell yeah, got it. Yeah.
yeah, and then you miss out on that satisfaction. Yeah, for sure. But action games for sure. But I'm a big RPG person.
Yeah.
RPG is my thing.
Those just eat too much time for me, I think. Like, if I can breeze through a game with like maybe 15 hours maximum, I'm like, okay, that is something I can actually finish and accomplish. But like anything like longer than that, I feel like
it's an investment.
Oh, totally, right?
Yeah.
I kind of binge games, it seems like, too. I'll play for like 5 days in a row. So at least if I can do that, I can finish a game. And then, so many games I've fucking played that I have never finished. Red Dead Redemption, never got through it because I got sidetracked.
Yep.
Skyrim, I'll never finish that game.
I'll never finish it. What about Witcher? Witcher 3?
Witcher, God, no, never finished it.
Nope.
Games like that, it took me forever to finish GTA 5. I just said, I'm going to finish the main storyline, and that's it, because
that's what I did
too much shit going on.
And that's partially why I love doing streaming, just because it's a dedicated time that I've given myself, a 3-hour window where I have
that's
to
awesome.
chip away at it, as long as people don't get bored with me playing it. But I'm approaching Far Cry 5 in a very different way, in that I'm being a completionist. I'm not a completionist. I'm the type of person that likes to play the main story and get it over with.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to try, and I want that trophy.
Oh, you're going for the platy.
I want the platinum trophy.
Oh, man. Good for you. I only have the shittiest of shitty platinum trophies for like ones that you get for just beating the game. Like fucking Sly Cooper, the first one. Any of those like Telltale games where you just like
Love
play
Telltale.
through.
Oh my god, the Walking Dead series, like got me feeling some kind of way the entire time. I was just like screaming at my like, fuck you. Fuck you.
I know those choices, right? They're heart-wrenching, and everyone fucks somebody over. You're like,
oh yeah. And you make these decisions, talking to people that are in chat. I'm like, okay, guys, if we do this means what's her face is gonna die, or do we let other what's her face die? Like, we are making life or death decisions here. What do we do? And of course, there's always people who are like, just let everybody die. I'm like, all right, you got it. And then it's just scorched earth, everyone dies.
Then you got the empathetic people who are like, no, man, like,
don't do that.
Just imagine. No, fuck you, kill.
Yeah, it just also depended on my mood, though. So if I was just feeling super murderous, then I would pick all of the worst possible choices to try and see what happens. But I also kind of did that with Last of Us, the original. Oh my god, what a brilliant game!
The Last of Us, yeah.
Oh my god, it is just.
Have you tackled the sequel yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, me either, and I've heard mixed reviews about the story.
Yeah,
but I'll still play it. Yeah.
I will once it goes on sale. You bet your ass I'm buying.
Hell yeah, cheap ass gamers right here, right? Like, hell yeah,
what does the PS4 game new go for?
Yeah, you'll still get like $69.99.
Yes,
Jesus
$70.
Christ,
They're
and
saying, now, did you hear what they said about the PS5s?
This is just gonna like jack up the price even more.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the reason why is because the quality is going to be better and the experience you're going to get is better. I'm like, no one is okay. I don't know what titles I would ever pay that much money for. 80, 90. No. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play that. It's just no way. The only game that I ever, and I don't know why, paid full price for was Sinking City. Did you ever see that game?
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. It was based in the Lovecraftian environment. I knew nothing about the lore itself, but there were a lot of Lovecraft fans that were like, yeah, you should check it out. It's really creepy. Don't get me wrong, it was super fucking creepy, but it ain't worth $80. I'll tell you that. I was pissed.
No doubt.
Why did I do this?
No, I like basically if a game comes out, I'll probably play it in about a year and a half, or hit up a Black Friday sale or Boxing Day sale when it's like 29 or 19 bucks. I'm like, cool, great. This is the price I'm willing to pay.
Yep, $20 is a good amount or less.
Price. You can buy 4 of them for the price of 1.
Exactly. That's why I'm waiting. I know that you don't like RPGs. That'll probably be
I like them. I just don't got the time.
a fair bit of investment will be Cyberpunk 27.
Totally. I got a friend who is looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. It's the only game I've ever pre-ordered.
Oh,
nice.
did you now? Okay. Pre-ordered it up.
How's that soundtrack going to be?
That's a good question.
All synthwavy?
Maybe. I mean,
knows,
they did so well with the Witcher franchise. They're just like, we might as well. I mean, get Keanu Reeves. We might as well. I don't even know who else is going to be in it, but I know,
I forgot Keanu Reeves is in that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Sarge, what are you doing?
He's doing his thing.
He's doing it. Hi, baby. Yeah, I'm terribly excited for that game.
I think I'm looking forward to some of the stuff that's coming out. Like, I know Gungrave, a new Gungrave game is supposed to come out, just blowing shit up, killing stuff nonstop. Of course, what is that other one? My brain blanked, but whatever.
Horizon Zero Dawn, the new
That's
one?
the one. You know it. See, read my mind. That girl. And, there'll be God of Wars. There'll be good stuff. That's why I am a PlayStation guy, is because of the exclusives. They're so good.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, I have an Xbox 2. An Xbox 360. I don't have a one. My brother has the one. But the PS4 I felt was just better because I wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn. That was the whole reason I bought it, because one of my big things from my channel is that I like to play female-focused games or female-led games. So I play your Tomb Raiders, I play your Uncharted, Lost Legacy, I play, and then I'm like this entire, the one where the girl hears voices.
Oh shit! Yeah, we were talking about that with
her friend Blake. Yeah.
Hellbound? No, not Hellbound.
No, it's Heaven's Sword or Hell Sword.
Hellblade.
Hellblade. That's gotta be it.
Also female. I mean, that was a trip. I played that at night because my fans are fucking evil. They're like, you just need to play it and then just listen to it with headphones, and because they just love seeing me scared. I think it's kind of sick. But they didn't tell me about the voices. So I was like, what the fuck? What is that?
Didn't they do that? They did that game based on wasn't she was telling us the whole details behind it, because she used to do scoring for video games. That was her big thing.
Right, but they actually researched it and talked to psychiatrists without the DSM-5 and mental health diagnosis and stuff like that. They got really involved and invested in that, and that's why people thought it was just so cool. I didn't play that one yet. I haven't. I mean,
sorry for the spoilers.
Oh no, it's totally fine. No, we talked to our friend about it before, and I've seen it online. Hell yeah, that's gonna be great. I mean,
it's very, and there's a sequel for that one coming out too.
Yeah, I saw that there. So that's just cool. It's just so much fun stuff. Video games are the shit. Unless you're Joe Rogan, he says they're bullshit.
Oh.
Right?
Joe Rogan's a fucking idiot.
I cannot stand that man. Just cannot. And even if he if people talking to him, talking about him, just
throw up in your mouth a little bit.
But it concerns me because it also comes from young men around my age who listen to him and listen to his opinions and listen to his. I'm like, no, can I just pull you back from the dark? Just listen to me. Yeah. Do not think that whatever he tells you about anything is the way you should conduct yourself in your life. Right. Do not.
it's very difficult because, again, like I said, I work with kind of people in that age range, you know, anywhere from like 16 to 25, 30. And if they listen to that, you know, and they're involved with like drugs and stuff, then they're like, no, Joe Rogan told me DMT will do this and that and the other thing. And I use psychedelics for this. And I'm, you know, weed is going to do this for me. And I'm like, oh, you know, you're just listening to opinions opposed to like people's like
Opinions are not facts.
Yes, right. And it's just so hard to, you know, he's so influential. People just get really sucked into things like that.
Yep.
But it's the same. I mean, it's not the same actually. It's a kind of a new level of people that listen to Alex Jones.
Yeah, Alex
and
Jones.
It's an amazing amount of people that I've encountered in my life that have mentioned him in passing. I'm like, mate, you mean that you saw him on, like, you know, John Oliver for the first time and thought he was hilarious,
I looked
right?
at him on YouTube.
No, I was just looking at his products and stuff, and he's got like
products, the silver or whatever the fuck it is.
The fucking bone broth smoothie or whatever. Oh my god! Please don't get sucked into it, man.
Alex,
wear your tinfoil hat.
Yeah, please put it on.
Yeah, it's just like brutal. So, ugh.
I used to listen to, he had like whatever, like a podcast he would do, or like his news things, just to like see how different people thought of things. It's like, you're a moron.
But what I think,
but people believe him.
That's what's
the scary
incredible
part
about it, and that's why watching that segment on John Oliver when John Oliver talked about him, I was like, no way. No, this isn't real. And another one of my jobs is that I worked in archaeology, and it's what my degree is in, actually. And then I had a group of guys. We had a big crew, mostly a good mix of men and women. We had this one dude who, it was just like, we'd be digging or whatever, doing stuff, and he's just like, guys, have you ever heard of Alex Jones? And it was comedy just hearing him, you know, recite the things that he would say on the show, because it would be just verbatim and so well timed and hilarious. But I'm like, you know, that stuff that he says is not
true, right?
Not true, right? You don't believe it, right? He's like, oh no, I don't think so.
I mean, it's totally lizard reptilian people are in charge of the government. It's totally a thing. I mean, it could happen. You know? Oh, look, there's a corpse right now. Thank you. Explain this. Yeah.
It's like, okay, can we just listen, like, real talk right now? Like, you know that it's not real, that the water isn't going to make frogs gay or whatever. Like, it's not real. So.
It's not real. It's not real.
Yes, baby. What you want? Huh? But hilarious. I live for it, really, because it's
well, it's a car wreck. You have to just look at it.
You gotta look at it.
Gotta see what's going on. I don't know. You gotta
See
understand that there's people that believe exactly what the fuck this shit is.
Like the people that listen to, like, out of curiosity, I listen to Logan Paul's podcast. You know who that is?
No, I don't know who.
Yeah, I know Logan Paul.
So
what's his deal?
What isn't his deal?
He's a YouTube twat, man. He's a little bratty
Primo.
bastard.
Primo YouTube twat. And so he was I don't know if you recall, he was the one that filmed
in the forest in
the
Japan.
Forest of the person who committed suicide.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was him.
Oh.
Anyway, so that was his big thing, and I'm like, I'm curious. I just want to know what these guys talk about on this podcast. Like, what is it? What are the impressionable young men in the world listening to? My jaw was on the floor. And also absolute despair. Like,
Jesus,
that's so bad. Like, these people have money and a way to get into the ears of so many people. It's crazy.
Oh, Jesus.
It was just like, he was talking about I can't.
That's all right. And then me and Joey are just trying to be here doing the Lord's work.
You're doing the Lord's work. Lord's the Lord's work.
Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus.
Oh, Lord's work.
They're coming for your Jesus and your freedom. I'm Alex Jones.
Like,
he legit said that on one of his episodes. He's like, they're coming for your Jesus.
What?
I was like, oh my
God. I gotta look that up. I'll make a note.
See if you can find it.
They're coming. Oh no, not house party. Whoops.
They're coming for your Jesus and your freedom. I don't know who they are. Probably the
For
reptiles.
your
It's gotta be.
The reptilians and probably Antifa or something. I don't know. Whatever those people talk about.
Oh, Alex Jones was on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
What?
Kelsey
Yeah.
Breeze.
Quelle surprise. Oh. En français.
En français. They're coming for your Jesus does not come up with anything.
Oh, I'm
Ex-wife
sure I heard
conspiracy theorist. Alex Jones defends himself. Alex Jones says Trump is the. Oh, I don't even want to know. Alex Jones was on Logan Paul's. I was just talking about this. And Alex Jones, John Oliver, all three,
Oh.
top three, listening. Hello. It doesn't come up, but I'm gonna find it.
You'll find it. It was on his Infowars.com when he used to have his website there.
Oh, the website's no longer?
I don't know. I haven't followed him for years. That was a fucking maniac. I listened to like 3 episodes. I was like, this guy's a fucking idiot. I don't know, man. People are dumb. It's fucked up.
It is.
It's even more fucked up that people believe it. That's, you got influence, you got listeners, you got reach, and that's how you choose to have your, I don't know. That's the content you want to make, I guess. So
Money talks.
Money talks, indeed. I mean, you could easily make this podcast about lizard people and, how they infiltrated nu metal or something.
I'm a lizard person talking.
Yeah, you could say that.
So dry in here.
Yeah. I need my heat lamp.
Not too much moisture now. Jesus Christ, my heat lamp. My terrarium is compromised.
Yes, I need it. I need my glass enclosure.
Yeah. Fallon's got to turn that humidifier on soon.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
right.
turn it on, and then you'll all be good.
We'll be fine. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. I just got Midsummer in my head just thinking of that because I just recently saw it.
I haven't watched that yet. It looks trippy.
Okay.
Is it trippy? Is it weird? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Joe, have you seen it?
No.
No? Okay.
You want to tell us so much, but you don't want to.
Just tell us. It's
I'm a bit of a, I guess I'm a bit of a cinephile in, just because I guess I work in the industry. I need to know what people like. And
Good Burger. Good Burger. That's a hell of a
totally.
movie.
You know what?
Fantastic.
What was it? Not How High. What was the movie with fucking Dave Chappelle?
Half-Baked.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. I'm out. Yeah, Half-Baked. Prime movie making right there.
But so
anyway, so Midsummer. So it's I make it no secret that I'm not into horror movies. I don't like gore movies. I don't like anything that has gratuitous anything in it. I just feel like it takes away from the story. Pretentious rant over. So I love movies like this. It scares you. It irks you. It makes you uncomfortable without having to have anybody being ripped apart or sawed in half or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's still terrifying. So I think it's certainly worth the watch. It's the same way I feel about somebody told me to watch It Follows. Have you seen that one?
Nope. See, I've been more into the gruesome gore and stuff like that. So like Terrifier, right? I'm going to cut you right down the middle.
That's what I'm referring to is that when I saw that movie, I turned it off. I'm like, nope, not interested. I'm not interested in seeing that. I don't think it doesn't do anything for me psychologically. It just makes me feel sick. Yeah. It does do something psychologically, but it doesn't make me think.
Yeah.
Like Hereditary made me think because I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, is there have you seen it?
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Same filmmaker.
So. Okay.
So similar to Midsummer, same filmmaker. So it's like, it's unnerving and disturbing. And that's what I like. I like stuff like that. But Don't give me no sawing shit. No, I'm not into that. I'll turn it right off, with the exception of the first Hellraiser.
Oh, there you go. Oh, fair enough.
And
Help me.
Hellraiser's too weird as shit, man.
Help me.
Yeah, no, you need more help if you like that.
You have no skin, and you're like dealing with this dude. Like, listen.
That's all you can say. Help me. Yeah.
Give me my skin. Because I think it's also cheesy and campy.
Oh yeah.
What?
It's definitely, it's odd. It's weird.
It's weird, and the whole reason I like it is because it's kind of bad.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, I can't do the gory stuff. It's just not my bag.
Fair enough.
Ooh, another one that I saw recently that I was also like, sorry, what? Also just absolutely terrifying. The name escapes me. Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Killing of a Sacred Deer. No, I didn't see that either. I'm the worst person in the world.
No,
okay.
These are just movies. Honestly, it's another thing. Again, requires time, and I'm trying to watch more movies right now. See, my time is going to fucking Rick and Morty right now. I am finishing those seasons.
I've yet to watch Rick and Morty as well.
Are ridiculous.
Please do just dedicate maybe 2 nights to watching all 3 of those movies, and I want to know what you think.
Okay.
Just to they aren't very long. I mean, they're 2 hours each-ish, regular movie length or whatever, but it just gets your brain moving. Like, what is going, I can't trust my eyeballs right now. And I can't trust this person because and it's just everyone's fucked up, and you just want to make it stop, but in a good way. But you still want more.
In a good way. I can't take much more of this weight. I can.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really
well, no, definitely. I'm pretty sure I might even have them downloaded because basically that's what I do. I'm a horrible pirate.
Yeah.
And I got a big file of them. I'll check them out. Hopefully. I say that now. I say I will, but I'm like, oh man, I say that all the time, right? Got to write a note and be accountable and be like, yeah, I will do this.
But if you had to discuss it with a guest,
you'd have to do it.
Then you'd have to do it.
That's fair. That is fair.
It's work.
Okay. I'm okay with that, right? I'm actually in the middle of, eventually will be. I got 2 books to read so I can get a guest on the podcast here again.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's just Igor Cavalera. Well, Amadeus.
Oh.
He needs to come back on because I got to read both of his books he did, and then that way we can sucker him in for that, and then talk about his band as well too, getting signed.
Well,
to the
there you
record
go.
label in there. Exactly. See, work calls, and if that's work nowadays, that's pretty good work. But I just need to start getting paid for that shit.
Why do I have to watch movies? God damn it.
God damn. And I mean, also not even just watching it, but actively watching it.
Right.
And being like, okay, what about? That's why I really admire people that do that kind of work for a living, or they're film critics or whatever, because you have to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard. It's hard these days.
I have a squirrel mind. I can't.
I'm like, this. Oh,
what is this? Am I watching this movie? Where am I?
What's going on? And then you have to rewind and.
Yeah. It takes you a week to watch a fucking movie, and it's just, God damn it.
Yeah, and then you don't want to. And I was riveted by all 3 of those, and they're considered psychological horror movies.
Okay.
So that I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can. If you make my brain fill in the blanks,
you got it.
I'm there. I'm there for it. But what was the one that with the sawing?
Terrifier with the weird clown. Terrifier 2 is coming out too.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't bother watching that one at all, based solely on the picture of the clown.
Well, you're missing.
Oh, you're not a clown. Oh,
no, I'm not a clown person.
You're
I was like,
anti-clown, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
So how did you feel about the It remake?
I watched it, liked it. But the original better though.
It's so corny and cheesy.
Watch it. Yeah, well, that's just how it is.
Yeah, you're corny and cheesy too.
So is the new one? I haven't seen either of them, believe it or not. although I know the first It has been ruined for me because everyone's told me about it.
You haven't seen the first
I
original?
have not seen the original.
Okay, well, just watch that one and then don't worry about the remake.
But I'm also terrified of Bill Skarsgård.
Uh,
Like just as a human being, like he's absolutely terrifying as a human.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
I don't
It just
know.
seemed like it was.
Just the same thing.
Yeah, it was like the same, but I'd take the other guy as Pennywise.
other
What the fuck
guy?
was it?
Oh, Tim Curry?
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
He's Pennywise in the original, yeah.
Oh.
So there you go. Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about I mean, I have no problem with clowns, but I don't like the skinny, creepy, like skinny teeth. That really got me. I'm like,
really
nope,
got you.
nope.
Based solely on the teeth, I will not.
That's a nope.
It was all right. Whatever. I don't know, man. I can't remember the last fucking movie I watched, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Life basically revolves around the music. Work,
music.
kids, whatever,
Stuff,
right?
Music,
Whatever.
but I haven't sat down to watch. We recorded these things like 5 nights a week for sure, sometimes 6.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
And we're going on 11, 12, 1, 2. Oh, yeah.
3 hours.
So if you times that by, that's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then, I put them up right away after, so that's quick, but it's just like, I don't know. By the time I get time to chill out, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fucking go to sleep. It's fine.
All good. Yeah.
Or I'll watch Shark Week. Like, it's Shark Week right now, guys. Come on.
Shark Week.
I fucking love Shark Week.
I just watched Mayday. That's
Mayday, close enough.
the greatest game. What? Greatest. Pop-up just came up about Vampire the Masquerade. So I'm like, oh,
What's that? Squirrel.
what's that? Squirrel? Yeah. See, Steam knows me very well. It's like, you would love to know this announcement.
I would like that. Thank you.
Like that, yes.
Quite.
I mean, I don't know why. I just like to watch it, and I had a guy who was absolutely like mortified that I loved watching Mayday. He's like, I'm a pilot. I don't need to see any of that shit. Like,
It's like, I'm not, so there you go.
I'm not, and I'm sorry. I can, I could fly a plane now. I think
Based
because I've watched
solely
it
on
so many
watching
times.
Mayday,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, see, you didn't pull up. That's the problem. It's simple.
See, you didn't control your yaw.
Yeah, your yoke. It's a yoke. Yeah, exactly. Your rudder was fucked.
You had
The
your
tail rudder
spoilers
was all
deployed.
janked. Yeah, exactly.
Or I don't know. I just
Your altimeter was actually backwards. That's the whole problem.
that's true. In Russian planes, they're technically backwards
Seriously? How the fuck? That's confusing.
because they
They fly upside down?
they in Russia we fly upside down.
In Russia, plane flies you.
I think it's their horizon thing. It the plane moves the background moves as opposed to plane. So it's a mind fuck because you're just like, wait, am I moving?
Where's the plane? Yeah.
Plane moving?
Where's my environment moving? What's happening?
I don't get it. It caused a crash, of course.
It's obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the whole
yeah.
physics thing, and it's just wild. The horizons and how.
You're in a flying tube of death.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that.
Shit.
There's that.
Man, did we tackle basically everything and then some tonight?
I
It's been
think so.
weird.
I think
It's
so.
been weird, and I like it. That's good because we can continue to get weird every Wednesday from now.
We definitely went all over the place.
I like that.
Which is what we said would happen, and often does.
That's good.
And
'cause
that's
then-
the best way.
Yeah,
True to your
exactly.
brand.
That's our brand here on the podcast. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, and neither do you. So there you go. Neither do our poor guests like the lovely Fallon Bowman, who put up with our asses for 3 hours tonight, just shit talking. That's right.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
shit talking like this guy. Whoa.
Yeah. Alex Jones, lizard people.
Alex
yeah.
Jones.
Fuck Joe Rogan. We canceled a bunch of people tonight, Victorians.
We
and all
totally
that.
did.
So-
We spilled lots of tea. There's some cancels in there, but I make it no secret that those are people that I don't listen to. So
There you go.
That's
It's
good.
not really a cancel. It's just
It's not really cancel. It's just like,
done.
common knowledge, maybe. I don't know.
Cool. Well, we'll do more shit talking every Wednesday. We'll get some tunes on here. We'll figure it out. I'm very curious to see what the first one will look like for, Fallon recommends.
What
I
are
don't
we
know
gonna
what we'll
call
call it.
this
Yeah,
segment?
exactly. See,
Can
Huh?
we call it?
we used alliteration because we're so clever last time with Richie recommends. So Fallon picks funky music. I don't know.
Fallon picks
Fallon.
funky music.
What does Fallon fuck with? Fallon fucks
I
with
fuck
this.
with this.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know. I will have to figure that out.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, we'll definitely hash out the details.
Hell yeah. Well, cool. You know what?
Sweet.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it for you
Thanks, guys.
shooting shit, coming on, and you connecting with Joey and making this happen. Good stuff.
No
That
worries.
was a
Thanks for
shot in the
inviting
dark,
me.
really. Yeah, hey. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I gotta go and eat a peach that is not sexual. I bought a bunch of peaches before the holidays, and I did not take them with me, so they're going
gotta
bad.
get to it.
So I gotta
Better
have
eat that
I gotta have like three.
Produce is expensive.
Yeah, man, I
They
gotta have
are
like
expensive.
3 of those things before bed.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
God bless you.
Hell
Get it on,
yeah.
buddy.
Oh, you know it. Oh, you know it, bro.
Bro.
All right. So
Thank
yeah,
you again.
we'll be in touch.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Absolutely. 100%.
Night, night.
Bye, guys.
Night, night. Take
Night.
care.